Summon Sign is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 91 of Summon Sign, Last Stand Media's weekly in-depth game discussion podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brad Elson. Joining me, I have two fine gentlemen. Love these boys. First of all, we're going to start furthest from me, all the way in Belgium, Mr. Lockmore. Lock, how are you?
Hello. I'm awesome. It's 3 a.m. here. You guys just got done streaming, so it's very late for me, but I'll gladly make time for you. I'm very happy to be here with you, especially because, I talk to you guys every day, of course, but I don't think I've been on with Dustin on anything for years.
Really?
Okay. Well, not years, but a very long time. So it's very fun to see Dustin again, because I listen to Dustin every day, but I never get to see him.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
nice words, Locke, but too bad you just blatantly lied to the audience. You said it was 3 a.m. We just had a conversation about this. Is this just the Belgian way where you just start lying?
Prove it.
Prove it. Oh,
I'll Google it. What time is it?
Well, I mean,
In
when they're
Belgium.
watching this, it's not going to be 4 a.m.
Give me any time when someone's watching it.
Yeah, exactly. Prove it.
It's 10:03 p.m. for Lockmore right now.
Well-
As we're recording this right now.
Pretty close.
Still, it's late though.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. So
I
yes,
take
Lock,
everything. I take everything back I said. I'm not happy to see Dustin.
Thank you for taking the time. You waited for us. We started later today because Dustin and I were on stream together, the Sacred Stream. A lot of fun. So if you want to check out that archive, go there. We settled the bets. I know a lot of people people have been writing into me on the show nonstop about that bet stuff. The punishment. But we've come to agreement. The punishment will be officially Colin has to play through all of Kingdom Hearts 1. Just a playthrough. I'm not saying he has to do every optional boss and everything like that. Just play through the game one time by the end of the year. Then he will do like a spoiler cast or sit down with me at least to talk about it. And whoever else wants to be there, if Dustin wants to or whatever. But yes. Also, of course, you've heard him earlier, Dustin Furman.
Hello.
As Colin says, the executive producer of Last Stand. Kind of the real boss.
The
Right?
real boss?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to
Man,
an
that
extent,
would be
he
great.
runs the ship. He's like the real captain, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's
I'm
steering the ship.
I'm the executive worker of Last
That's right.
Stand. I don't know about its producer. But it's good to be here. Locke, I brought my new mug just because I knew you were going to be on the show.
Beautiful.
It's Hatsune Miku.
Calling the cops right now. Good
Oh,
luck.
go ahead. Call the cops, bitch. So yeah, it's good to be here. As Brad was saying, we were just streaming, so maybe we got a little bit of that streaming energy going
Yeah.
into this.
Mm.
I quickly ate a very mid turkey sandwich between the stream and now. Also, had a donut,
Okay.
Oh, nice.
and it was very good. Well, technically, I think it was like a bear claw because it was long.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, cream filled, long and
Oh.
cream filled. That's how I like
Oh,
them.
yeah, that's how you like it.
It's very
yeah.
good. But I woke up this morning to go to the DMV because my driver's license is expired.
Mm.
And then I thought, let me check something. Went on Google. DMV's closed today, baby.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna have to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
other than that, I'm just hanging out. I'm happy to be back on Summon Sign to be talking about some games that are pretty cool. Man, I should have waited a week so we could talk about Silent Hill. But
Yeah. That's
Maybe
what it
next
always
time.
feels like. It's like, I wish we could have waited a week or two or whatever. But it is what it is. I'm sure we'll talk about Silent Hill in the future. Seems like everyone's going to be playing it, or a lot of people will. So we'll probably do a spoiler thing on it, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
So we'll talk about that then. But hey, if you enjoy the show or any of our shows, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia if you'd like to support us. We could not do it without you guys over there. You can get ad-free and early access to all of our shows. So please support us over there if you enjoy our content. If you want some merch sent to you, go to laststandmedia.store by Micah. She'll send it to you. Dustin, what have you been involved in the merch recently? Anything going
Yes.
on cooking that you would recommend?
Well, we want to make sure that the store is not only fully stocked for the holiday season, but there's a couple new items for everybody. So
okay.
look forward to it.
Yeah, I saw one.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. A shirt of Lockmort. That'd actually be a shirt that goes hard.
You almost had me there.
You know, if we just had like that cigarette emote that we have of him,
that would be, yeah.
that'd be a sick shirt, dude.
It'd be a triggering thing to see Locke see himself smoking.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's good to bring up, though, because Locke, I was worried you lost your way because, and I think we discussed this on some show. When you were with Ben, you were smoking cigs.
I did.
But then you claim, and you're my friend, so I'm going to believe you. As hard as it is to believe that you have not smoked since then.
Well, it is true. Otherwise, I would be smoking. Trust me, whenever somebody brings up cigarette like you just did, I'm dying inside because I want one so bad right now. But no, I haven't smoked since. Again, I didn't quit smoking because also because I wanted to, but I had to. It's not like I had a choice. Like if I smoke, I'm going to drop dead at a certain point. So I can't. So
yeah.
Do you feel like you hear about these stories of people that stop smoking and then they're like, within 1 week I felt this, and then within 1 month I felt this. Do you feel any different? No.
Well, I have way more energy. That's true. I sleep better. I have way more energy. My sense of smell is back for the first time in like 2 decades, which is really weird. But other than that, I just feel anxious all the time, and I really want to smoke all the time. So I think I've smoked for like 2 decades, so it's probably going to take me a long time to kick the habit for good, I guess. Well, I mean, I don't smoke anymore, but like to kick like the nicotine completely out of my system. So I drink a lot of coffee now, and I just try to not to think about it. That's the most important part. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh God, I need to go to the store. I need to get cigarettes, but I can't. So
yeah,
here we are. So thank you.
You're doing
Wonderful.
good.
You're doing it, dude.
You're doing good, man.
Oh well, thank
Proud
you. That's very kind of you. Wow,
proud of you.
Have you guys started yet, or not?
Started smoking.
Yeah.
When was the last time I had a cig, dude?
Been a long time for me.
Maybe last year even. I probably have had a cig this year, but I don't remember when. Dude, last time I had a cigarette, I had one and I was like, I cannot go further.
Yeah.
Which even I've never been like an actual smoker. I've always been a social smoker.
Yeah.
And so the most I would smoke is when we were like, when Ben and I were on a trip together, whether it's Boston for PAX or somewhere else. And I could smoke a decent amount, but now it's like, I don't know. It hurts. It hurts me.
Yeah.
It hurts my little body, you know?
Oh, well, when you guys come to visit here, we can all smoke. That's the deal I made with myself. Like if the Americans visit, we're going to smoke. So please come fast.
Yeah.
Come quickly.
Speaking of visiting Locke, Silence Do Good wrote in said, I visited Brussels this summer. Locke, why is the #1 site in your country's biggest city a statue of a little boy peeing? I always thought Colin was joking with his warnings about Europeans. Now I am not so sure.
It's true. First of all, our capital sucks. There are a lot of beautiful cities in Europe. There's a lot of beautiful cities in my country, including the city I live in. But our capital it sucks. It's ugly. There's not much to do. Like he said, our main attraction in the capital is like this tiny little statue of a little boy pissing. It's literally called Little Boy Pissing. That's what it's called. And it's always surrounded by a lot of tourists taking pictures because all the tourist guides take them there because they think it's special. The story behind the statue is cool. It's like a 15th century statue, so it's very old, of course. It's older than America, I guess. And the story is this little boy, there was this army invading our country and they had explosives and this little boy pissed on the explosives so they couldn't blow up the city. That's basically it.
Huh. That is kind of a cool story.
Probably an urban legend, but you never know. But yeah, that's the main attraction in our city, which is pretty sad because every other city in Belgium or every other city in Europe has these beautiful cathedrals and these beautiful things, but our capital has a little guy pissing, has a little statue that's pissing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But next time he's in Belgium, come say hello. Send me a message.
Get yourself a waffle over there or something. But yeah, Silence Do Good. Thanks for writing in. I guess we'll just get right into the games, man. I don't know. Is there any other preamble we want to talk about? I don't know.
So here's just an interesting thing that happened the other day.
Oh,
We were me and is either Ben or Justin and Brandon were in a very intense finals game. And so we're like playing and talking. And then suddenly a voice comes in and says, you're going to lose. and then that's it. And I was so locked in that I heard it. And then literally like an hour later, I'm like, guys, did Lock join the chat and then leave like for a brief moment? And they're like, oh yeah, it totally happened. It was like a fever dream. So
that's awesome.
Lock trolling when we're trying to get the win.
I remember because it was like, I think it was like 4 a.m. here. I was working all night. I was editing stuff. And I saw you guys in the voice chat and I figured, well, I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to say hello. So I joined and I literally said, you're going to lose. And then I left. But I didn't know that was...
That's a good...
I didn't know that happened.
That is good. Lock, what are you drinking over there?
It's coffee.
Okay.
Iced coffee.
I was like, what is that? Oh, okay.
Cappuccino.
The top kind of threw me off here, like a peel back lid or something.
Oh yeah, normally you put a straw in it, but that's for girls, so I don't do that.
That's for pussies, yeah.
Yeah,
that's very Japanese style in that cup.
Really?
I drink coffee like that, where you put it's just like plastic, and then you put it in.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A little weebery. Today, Locke, I learned that Justin can read some, or not Justin, Dustin. I'm doing it just like you now. You son of a bitch, Locke. That Dustin can read some Japanese characters.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
I can read
evolving.
I can read almost anything that's in hiragana. I do not know katakana, and I definitely don't know kanji.
Did it help you in your trip
I think
at all?
Brad got a little chub when I read something and
just surprised. I was like, oh shit, he's ascended.
Wow, that's cool. Where
he's
did you
like
learn
leveled
that?
up. You've turned in like to War Turtle from Squirtle.
Yeah, right.
You're getting bigger.
I learned that on Duolingo.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. Oh.
The interesting thing about Duolingo is a lot of people online are like, don't use Duolingo. It's horrible for learning. It's for actually learning or whatever.
Yeah.
My one friend, Evan, who lives in Kyoto, he's an American that lives there now. I asked him a few months back, I was like, what would you recommend? He's known Japanese, like he's like legit knows Japanese. I was like, what would you recommend for learning? And he's like, honestly, I have a friend that came and he did Duolingo for a year and I was shocked how much he knew.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I can just try that. I've since fallen off for the last few months, but I was doing it pretty consistently for a while.
That's so cool. Say something. Say something in Japanese.
I am absolutely not doing that.
Oh, come on. Say hello. My name is Dustin.
Watashi wa Dustin.
So much of the Duolingo was focused on learning the alphabet. So it's like
where are the cheapest whores? How much?
Right.
Soapland.
How much is this one?
Yeah.
Where do you dump the bodies?
How much is this one?
Like you'd learn about specific words like because it's trying to teach you the grammar too. So it's like bengoshi, which I think is lawyer.
Oh.
So you'd like say like the lawyer is cool. Kakoi desu.
Of course, that's a sentence you use every day, of course. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They use kawaii for Dustin though.
That's awesome.
Okay, I was right. I was like, man, if I got that word wrong. But bengoshi is lawyer. So
that's so cool. Okay. And so are you doing that so you can like speak fluent Japanese or just is it just for fun or
So here's what happened when we went to, I mean, I guess both times we went to Japan, Holly went really hard into Duolingo and I was able to watch her figure things out and even have very, very basic conversations with people. And the cool thing about Japan, I mean, I'm assuming this is the same other places too. Definitely not in the US, where Holly would speak a little bit of Japanese, and these people would light up. Where they're like, "Wow, yeah, wow, oh, you know, like she would get asked over and over, "Do you speak Japanese?" And Holly's like,
"Oh, cool.
No." So I thought that was a really cool thing, seeing her like such a rewarding experience that she got to interact with people and the culture in a way that I couldn't. So I was like, you know what, I should I'm not trying to like be proficient Japanese, but it'd be cool to know a little bit for when I eventually, I assume, go back someday.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And it's good to sometimes do something other than play video games. Shocking. But I need to tell myself that often, you know?
Yeah.
Have a hobby.
All
Wow,
right, so
that's
husband and
really
wife,
cool.
Both weebs.
Holly's way bigger weeb than me.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
That's cool though. That's awesome
Yeah.
when people like enrich themselves that way, especially if you're doing it on in your free time with no not because school told you to do
No
so
obligation.
or your job. Yeah, exactly. That's really cool, dude. Awesome. Great job.
I took Japanese in high school. I didn't learn a single thing
Damn.
for 2 years.
That's cool. Your high school offered that? That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. But yeah, I was just lazy, like super lazy.
Sure.
So
I get it.
So I had a little bit of background with like the characters and stuff, but
Yeah. It's more than most people have.
Yeah, definitely. It's a hard language.
Yeah. All right, boys, let's talk about some games. Actually, I put that in the wrong spot for future Dustin. Here we go. Now
Thank
we
you.
got Dustin will see the timestamp. Dying Light the Beast. Lock, you've been playing this. Me and Dustin played a little bit of it in the summer. Seemed promising. Now, let me read this from Marcus before you talk about everything, just because you might talk about this during whenever you're going off. Marcus said, the Holy Trio. Wow. Quick question for our Lord and Savior, Lock Mortimer. Wow, dude, Lock, you're getting high praise here.
Oh.
I was late to the Dying Light franchise playing 2 first, thinking it was good, then going back to the first game. I fully understand all the criticism the sequel got. The first is truly a special game, and in co-op, it's a blast. Would you say Dying Light the Beast is more faithful to the original feeling, bringing back Kyle Crane, making zombies more of a threat again, bringing back guns, or is it all just a lie? Do I give in to my zombie needs and grab this one? Much love from England, excited for Earth 2.0 when World War III begins. Yeah, be excited. Please be excited.
That's a great question because yes, the answer is yes. It's definitely a sequel to Dying Light 1, another sequel to Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2, a lot of people disliked it or didn't like it as much as Dying Light 1 because the story was a bit more convoluted, and he's right, the zombies weren't as dangerous, and like there were a lot of choices and consequences. It was a little bit weird. While Dying Light 1 was more straightforward, but more like a really cool action zombie game. And so is The Beast. It's basically a sequel to the DLC of Dying Light 1. Dying Light 1 had a DLC called The Following, which dealt with a cult out in the woods or in the swamps. Really cool DLC. Great. If you haven't played it yet, definitely go back and replay it now. It still holds up. Still great. So it's a sequel to that. Not so much to Dying Light 2. And you play as the protagonist, the same guy you played as in Dying Light 1 called Kyle Crane. Which is a dumb name. It's also a pretty dumb character. Oh, I shouldn't say dumb character. It's a pretty B-movie character, which is great, which works really well in this game. It also worked really well in Dying Light 1. So you're playing a B-movie character in a B-movie story. All the characters you meet are pretty unlikable. They're silly side quests. The dialogue is pretty straightforward. He's like a gruff, tough guy, so there's not much nuance to it, but it works. That's the game. Like it definitely works. Kind of reminded me of Wolfenstein, the new, not the New Order, the Old Blood. Remember like that Offspring?
I love that
game?
one.
Yeah, I thought that one was great too. It kind of reminded me of that one in terms of story and the way it's presented and stuff. So pretty cool. The thing that sets it apart immediately here in the story is that normally in Dying Light 1, you see everything from the perspective of Kyle Crane. So it's always in first person. But not in The Beast. In The Beast, all the cutscenes or most of the cutscenes are in third person, which is really cool. I think that works really well. So this time you can actually see him, and there's a little bit more emotions involved that way, in the way he acts, in the way the voice actor portrays the character. So I thought that was a really cool addition, which they didn't really have to do, but they did, which works really well. There's also another big change, because in Dying Light 2, and in parts also in Dying Light 1, you had choices. You could make certain choices in the story, and it would kind of evolve that way. The story would kind of mold your way, not like Fallout or other big RPGs, but you could kind of pick and choose the way it went. Here, you have dialogue options, but the story is linear. So
Oh, okay.
there's only one route you can go, which is cool. I think that works best for
You
games
think it
like
works
this.
better?
Yeah. I mean, didn't bother me in Dying Light 2, but it also
Sure.
a game like this doesn't need that. But what makes Dying Light great, of course, is the parkour. And the parkour here is amazing in the Beast. It's the best the series has ever been. So you climb up walls, you jump. The jumping here is amazing. You have, of course, your grappling hook. You can glide from building to building. It's really cool. It works really well. There's also, of course, the same crafting, the upgrade your weapons, repair your weapons, all the same stuff that you also had in Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. So it's basically just another Dying Light game. But there's one major difference here. And the title already kind of gave it away. That is Beast Mode here. And Beast Mode is basically a rage meter, like the rage meter you get at God of War. And once the rage meter is filled up, you unleash the beast. And in Dying Light, that means you basically punch 1 million zombies to death. Which feels great, which is awesome. It looks awesome too. It's very fun to play. You also get beast skills, so you can basically charge through a horde of zombies. If you're using your grappling hook midair, you can switch it to another building. You basically get way more mobility. You get way stronger. You can punch through most obstacles in the game. You can upgrade your beast skills by another new addition to this game, and those are the chimeras. And the chimeras are basically super zombie bosses is the best way to describe them. And super zombie bosses are all over the map, and you kill them and you inject yourself with their blood. That way you get beast points and you can upgrade your beast skills, basically. So what makes Dying Light the Beast different than the other ones are the boss fights here too. The map is pretty cool. It's smaller than the other games, but there's enough boss fights there to keep it engaging. There's also a couple of new zombies. I don't know. Have you guys played Left 4 Dead 2?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember the hunter from Left 4 Dead 2?
Mhm.
He's in here. It's a little bit different. Okay. It looks a little bit better, of course, but it's basically the same mechanic. He jumps from very high on top of you. He screams. Charger is also here. Of course, they don't name them that way, but they're basically the same zombies. I loved Left 4 Dead 2, so that was really fun for me to see again. The map is pretty compact. It's not that big. There's a rural area, which are basically the woods and the swamps, but there's also the old city. The old city is basically the same old city as in Dying Light 2. It's not the same one, of course, but kind of reminded me of it. Old buildings. You can scale up and down. The parkour there works really well. You jump from building to building. Works better than in Assassin's Creed, even, I would say. I love the parkour in this game. It's really, really good. Really great. You also get cars. You can drive because the map is not big, but big enough that it becomes annoying if you have to run from one way to the other. So there's also cars, like in the DLC, the following. The cars need gas. You need to maintain the cars. The only problem, I would say, with this game, for me anyway, is that Beast Mode basically turns it into a power fantasy, which is cool, which works really well, but that takes kind of the fear element away from it. Because once you have this beast power, you can kill everything really easily. So it is more skills, more kills, but less fear to me.
Right.
So the game is really fun. I would definitely recommend it. However, I personally did not have a great time with it. And that is
really?
Yes, but that is my fault. It's not the game's fault, because I legitimately think the game is awesome. Because back in the day, I loved Dying Light 1. Great game in 2015, and I think this is definitely a worthy follow-up to it. The problem I had with the game is, I guess maybe it's because I'm getting older, or maybe I'm not in the right headspace at this moment in time. But whenever I was playing the game, there were so many noises everywhere constantly, like screams and yells and like zombies screeching in my ears constantly, that I was just after each session of like 2 hours, I'm like, shut up, leave me alone. So I just had to put it down and just play something else, play something calmer. Not the game's fault. That's completely on me. So the game itself is awesome. I had no bugs, absolutely no bugs. The only thing that didn't work well for me, but again, this could be a me problem with my TV, is the HDR here. I played it on PS5 Pro. didn't work for some reason. It became completely oversaturated. No matter what I did, no matter what settings I used, it just never looked right. So I had to turn the HDR off. But other than that, other than the noises that are my personal problem, it's a great game. It's really fun. The one thing that it doesn't do well are the hordes. I think, in my personal experience, only Left 4 Dead 2 and Days Gone have done hordes really well, zombie hordes. Sadly, Dying Light, the Beast, hordes are there, but they're not really a challenge. Especially if you're in beast mode, you can just knock them out, and they never really pose a threat all that much. There's also guns again, because in Dying Light 2, when it launched, there weren't really guns, only melee weapons. But guns are here. There are plenty of them. There's ammo, of course. It's a really fun, really cool game. I would definitely recommend it, especially if you like Dying Light 1, or if you're not as susceptible to loud screeching noises like I am, I guess. It's a really fun game. It's really cool. I don't remember the price. I think I paid like $70 or $80 for it, so I paid full price.
I think it's 60. Let me see.
On Steam, I guess. But on PlayStation 2?
Yeah, let me see. PSN. Let me look at PSN. It's 60 on PSN for the base version. Maybe you got like a...
No, I got the base version. Okay, so $60. Okay. I think that's maybe... it's tough to say, because it started out as a DLC. You can feel that as a DLC.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that, yeah.
And $60 is, of course, I think that's a lot of money, but it's also kind of worth it. So it depends. If you have a lot of if you don't have a lot of games to play this month, it's definitely worth it. So
yeah, $60. I guess my question is, does it feel like a full-fledged game and not just a DLC?
I think if you haven't played Dying Light 2, then yes, it feels like a full-fledged game. If you have played Dying Light 2, it feels like DLC to Dying Light 2.
Okay.
But that's in a good way, because the following was also DLC to Dying Light 1. And that DLC was fantastic. And I think the same here. So, and it's also pretty big. Like I'm going to say 20 hours in, and I'm not done with it yet. So
Okay. So yeah, it's meaty.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty big. So I think the $60 is probably justified. It depends how many games, of course, you buy this month, but I think it's pretty justified for what they offer.
Do you think if someone's never played Dying Light, this is an okay spot to hop in?
That's a very good question. I personally would start with Dying Light 1. Not so much for story elements, because again, the story is pretty stupid. The story here is basically you play Cal Crane and you're in Castor Woods, the area to find a guy called the Baron. That's the whole story. Okay. The story in Dying Light 1 wasn't that much better, and the story in Dying Light 2 was much more expensive, but they didn't implement it that well. I think it could function as an entry point. I know one of my friends on Discord is using it as like his first Dying Light game, and he's having a great time. So I think it could work. You're not missing out or anything. It's definitely, I think if you haven't played a Dying Light game and you play this one first, it's going to be hard to go back, because the parkour here is so perfect. They really perfected that part here.
Okay, interesting.
So I think if you have nothing, did you guys like Dying Light 2?
I never finished it. I played a little bit. It seemed okay, but it wasn't good enough at the time for me to continue it. I played like right when it came out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what bothered me about Dying Light 2. Was it really stat heavy?
When it launched, yes, pretty much. Yeah. Well,
that's when I played it, because I remember something about it really annoying me.
It was pretty. It wasn't broken at launch. Like, it worked. It was a functional game, but they added a lot of elements. Like, they had no guns, for instance, when it launched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nobody updated it a lot.
Yeah, and they also added like a new gore element. Like, they added the Dead Island 2 gore, where you can like chop off faces and stuff, which is really cool. The gore is really great in this game. So I think it's probably better than because there's a lot of people, right, who don't like Dying Light 2. And I think if you're in that crowd, I think you will love this game.
Okay.
If you don't like Dying Light 2. If you do like Dying Light 2, I think you'll also love this game. So if you like Dying Light, you'll probably love this game. But I mean, if you were disappointed with Dying Light 2, you won't be disappointed with this one.
Maybe it feels like it's just getting more back on track with what people liked about the first one more.
Yeah, exactly.
The second one. Okay, that's good though.
Exactly.
But yeah, interesting. This game was started as a DLC and became a full-fledged game.
Yeah, I haven't seen... Yeah, exactly. I also haven't seen too many people I know play it. Like, there's a couple of my friends who are playing it, but nobody's really
just
talking about it.
a
Yeah,
crowded time, sadly. I
yeah,
mean, this month's crazy. And it's September. We're about to hit in October. So yeah, it's just a crazy time.
yeah. Definitely
Because
true.
like if this came out at a different time or whatever, I'd probably check it out.
Yeah.
But it's just like, damn, I don't know. But I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it for the most part. That's cool, except for the sounds, I guess, constantly yelling at you.
That's a complete me issue. I've become aware of that recently, where I have such a low tolerance for when something in a game annoys me. I suddenly have maybe that's because I quit smoking. I don't know, because I have a very low tolerance suddenly for annoyances. So
You're on edge,
that really annoyed me. Because when I started this game, I did not like it. I should say that maybe like the first 2-3 hours, I thought, God damn, this sucks. But that was just because you were on rails and you were doing the same thing again. You also did in Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. And I thought, well, this is going to be it? Like the whole on rail stuff. This is not going to be fun. But once you're let loose, it's very fun.
Cool. Dustin, do you have any interest in playing this?
I am interested. It's so busy right now that it's not very high on my list. I actually am mostly interested in playing this game co-op. Because I feel like that just might be a really fun and hilarious time to play this game co-op. When we played this at Summer Game Fest, I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it coming from Dying Light 2, which, as Locke was pointing out, I played that right at launch. It was like one of the few cases that I don't remember what episode of Sacred it was, but it was one of the rare cases that we got codes for the game because our logo is in the game.
Oh, right.
Just because we have Dying Light or Techland, we have people there that are fans of Sacred, which is pretty cool. So playing this at Summer Game Fest, I was like, I like this way more. I remember the demo, Lock. The demo ended with a boss fight that I want to say was in like a junkyard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With cars. There's like a big Hulk tank guy.
Yeah, that's the first boss you meet. Yeah.
And dude, you were saying how it's stupid. It's like the good kind though, because like, spoiler, you beat the boss, and then you just like take out his blood and inject it in yourself. I'm like, this guy's nuts. But hey, just taking in the blood, it makes you have superpowers. Pretty neat. I like it.
Pretty neat.
Yeah,
pretty neat.
We don't get a lot of games like this anymore these days. It's very B story, but like Dustin said, in a good way.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'd like to get to it someday, but we'll see. But I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the next game. The only thing I've been playing right now, and I haven't gotten to play nearly as much as I would like to. I've only played like 3 or 4, probably 4 hours now, or close to it. Is Trails in the Sky: The First Chapter. So this is a remake of Trails in the Sky that was on PSP. I think it was back in like 2011 we got it here. But since then, the Trails series has gone on to have a lot of entries, like 9 or something like that, I want to say. And all these stories connect and all that stuff. This has been like the number one franchise people have been telling me to play for years. Because I love Japanese role-playing games and stuff like that. And people are saying this is the shit. So they said,
and it's because it's Trails fans. We got to point that out.
It's Trails fans, yeah. So you got to be
Trails fans as well. They're the most evangelical fans probably ever, trying to spread their gospel.
Yeah, the gospel of Trails.
And they're very quick to point out if you get the order of the games wrong.
Yeah,
actually, Trails in Your Asshole 5 is before, whatever. It's like, take it easy.
Well, this is a remake. I want to say right off the bat, this is an impressive remake compared to the original game. The original game was, of course, PSP, and it was like more like an isometric kind of view game. But this one is like fully 3D, and it looks really nice visually. So I'm very happy to see that. I've asked some Trails fans about it, and they said it's pretty wild to see it in the state it is now because it's such a huge departure. But it's cool. And so I've played it for a little bit, and I think it's good overall from what I've played. Let me read these 2 write-ins from these guys here, because this is going to touch on what I'm going to talk about first. This is from Roku. Hello there, summoners. Brad, how are you finding the Trails in the Sky FC remake? I know there's a lot of hype surrounding the Trails series. Cough, Maddie, cough. But to temper expectations, I want to give a comparison I think what you'll appreciate. Trails in the Sky FC is like Final Fantasy XIV's A Realm Reborn. In the beginning, where the story is at its most chill and grounded with setup and bigger things to come, though it is not nearly as sluggish as the MMO grind of A Realm Reborn. It's a slow burn. One should take their time to savor. Also, I don't know what Matty was smoking when he called early Trails writing mature and serious. Don't get it twisted. Every entry in the series has its fair share of anime shit. It just comes with the territory. Contrary to most Trails fans, I like Trails in the Sky FC because of its unique slice of life vibes. But it's not your but if it's not your thing, then hopefully you won't have to wait much longer for a sequel that will likely come out soon, since they can easily reuse the assets from this game. Cheers! I hope you enjoy your time with the Trails pilgrimage. And Lunar kind of touches on the same thing, so I'll just read here as well. Hey, Bracers, Brad, I'm curious to know your thoughts, Trails first chapter. I appreciate your willingness to give Trails a try, but I can't help but feel concerned that the first game's modest beginnings and relatively small scope might be a barrier to engage with what eventually becomes an incredible saga, the likes of which is truly unique in the JRPG space. Hopefully the seeds planted in this first entry will bear fruit, the future adventures and possible spoiler casts on LSM. And to Dustin, who I hope to see on the said spoiler cast, along with Maddie, of course, please do yourself a favor and check this out. As a One Piece fan, I think you'd really appreciate the slow burn and narrative breadcrumbing throughout this multi-decade-long saga. There's more to this franchise than meets the eye. I'll step off my soapbox and reconfigure my orbiment now. All right, Dustin, so you're a One Piece fan, which we both are. So I guess
I feel like this is a dirty play trying to be like, oh well, it's just like the greatest anime of all time. It's just like one of the greatest stories ever written. It's like, okay, I don't know. I played the one on PS4. Well, I guess it was ported to PS4.
Was it like Cold Steel or something?
Trails of Cold Steel. Guys, come on. Come on now. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that there is an element of anime slop to this game. At least Trails of Cold Steel, I was like, this is some anime slop, which, hey, look at me. Do I look like the type of guy that's afraid of a little anime slop? I'm not.
Certainly
I'm not. And I am very interested in playing this game.
Okay.
There is a demo that lets you play the opening that transfers over.
It's long. I haven't even gotten through the demo content yet.
So when I'm not actively, like right now, starting this week, it's going to be all Silent Hill F. So when I have a break, that's why I'm waiting, because I want to give it the proper attention. And I say this with love, but Trails fans make me not want to like they make me not want to check it out in some way. No, maybe this is how it feels to be on the other end of a One Piece fan, but I mean, I don't know. So
I mean, all fandoms have people like that.
Yeah.
Sure. This. Nier fans, we like Nier a lot, especially. So, but there's annoying ass Nier fans. Expedition 33 are the newest ones.
Oh yeah.
There's always annoying ones. Kingdom Hearts fans, anything.
Just weeps in general.
Westaboos, though, they got their shit. So there's something for everybody. But yeah, I've played like probably close to 4 hours of the game so far, and it is very slow. Like they were saying here, it's very slice of life. Very wholesome, I should say, right now. There's no like super big bad threat yet happening. Like I'm doing very like small things, like you join this guild and you take small jobs, like quests essentially. Like I just went to a farm and cleared it out from some monsters. Like that's the kind of shit I'm doing right now, like saving a kid from the village. Very small scale things to where you're at in the region. And I assume things will open up much later in the game. But like I said, I'm super early. But I will say, I am digging the totally chill vibes right now. I'm really feeling it. I like the music. I like being in the town. I like just walking around. So all that stuff's really good. It reminds me of when I played Tales of Symphonia back on GameCube back in the day. It gave me like that same kind of vibe. So I'm really appreciating it right now. And I'm totally cool with stories taking time to ramp up and slow burns, stuff like that. I'm totally fine with that. But I know a lot of people are not. So I could see a lot of people not seeing what the deal with this game is so far from what I've played. But all that aside, the gameplay is interesting. It's like a weird mix of real-time combat and turn-based combat. Basically, when you're walking around the field and all that kind of stuff, you can engage in real-time combat and do like a couple attacks, but you can initiate turn-based combat at any time. And once you're in turn-based combat, you have a lot more options of abilities you can kind of do and stuff. It kind of feels like so far that the real-time combat is mostly for trash mobs or easier kind of mobs you just want to deal with real quick. But once you're in a boss, it like forcibly locks you into that kind of encounter. So kind of a switch off. But there's the combat's really fun in the sense like turn-based, like, you know, they all have a stun meter you can break, and once they're broken down like that, you can do a really fun, powerful attack with everybody. Lots of customization. Looks like it has like its own weird materia system. I feel like you like create these little orbs, and depending on the orbs you have, you get certain abilities. Like if you have 2 blue ones, you get like a different healing spell and stuff like that. So there's a lot of customization. It looks like down the line, like I'm still very early on experimenting with all that stuff, but I am enjoying the game. I do want to play more of it. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I feel like, Dustin, this would be a good fall, winter game probably for you. Really cozy.
Christmas
I think
break.
it might be too slow for you. I don't know, but I could see you just being kind of bored with some of it. But I guess there is that demo, so you could check it out for yourself without having to buy it. But yeah, the game might ramp up. I'm assuming it will to an extent. But yeah, I'm digging it so far. It's cool the game has a lot of voice acting now, because the original did not, and all that stuff. So it does feel like if you look at video or something of them two side by side, it is quite a leap in technology. So I'm very happy I'm getting to play this version, because this is the remake of the very first game of that long running series. So, and I guess they're doing a second one. So if they're going to keep remaking them, then I will keep coming along with them. But yeah, I hope I end up loving it, because I know people love these games, and like Maddie and stuff like that. And I love JRPGs, but definitely got to play more before I'm like, yeah, this rules. It's cool and I like it so far, but I'm not at that level of where I'm like, I get it. The Frank gif from
yeah, I get it now.
I get it now. Yeah, I'm not quite there yet, but it's been nice. Okay. I guess we'll move on to the next thing. Dustin, Hell Is Us.
Hell Is Us.
Did you finish this?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I talked about this pretty extensively on Sacred, so this might be some repeated stuff for Sacred listeners, but that's okay. You can bear with it.
Mm-hmm.
So Hell Is Us. This game was first shown off in like a state of play, and I remember it from the very beginning. They were talking about how they really wanted to make this a game that had no map and very little pointers on like what to do or where to go. And the setting of the game is one of the most interesting parts, that you're in a country that has been gated off from the rest of the world for, I don't know about its entire existence, but a very long time. And you sneak into the country with what's basically like UN peacekeepers, because there is a crazy civil war going on. And so you kind of start the beginning of the game, and this civil war has been going on for a while, and things are very, very bad. And the two sides are basically, and I'll touch on this very lightly, because a lot of it's, you find this out very early on, like in the demo, you find this out, but you learn a lot more as you play the game. Basically, it's two different, the country has this religion. And so there's like the more traditionalists, and then there's the more like secular reformed version of that. And so these sides do not like each other very much, and eventually a major war breaks out between them, and it's very bad. This game is very, very dark. Pretty much in terms of subject matter, like anything you could think of that would happen in the darkest moments of war is touched on in this game. And it's interesting just because you're this outsider, sort of. That's part of the demo. Again, not a spoiler, is that you're coming in and it's your understanding that your parents were from this country, and so you are looking for your dad. So you're coming in after, your adult life not ever being there. So it's a really messed up situation, and you're trying to figure out the truth of of everything going on. Also, during the Civil War, these weird monster beings have shown up. If you saw the trailer, they're the weird white characters with the weird, hollow face.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's also a big part of the mystery. What's going on with these weird creatures that are showing up in the middle of this war? And so the game, as I touched on earlier, really focuses on there's no map. There are occasionally maps that you pick up in the game, but this isn't traditional, like you have a pin perfect GPS, like in every other game where it's like, okay, here's where you are. You have to use the context clues around you, much like if you had a real physical map, like where you are. And those are very rare.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times when you're figuring out what to do, you have to talk to the people around you, the different survivors of this war, and figure out where to go. They'll tell you about different pointers. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, you need to talk to this guy. He lives in a house that's this color near this or something. That was like one thing that happened. And so it can be a really rewarding experience if that's what you're getting into, is that it's like, okay, you got to put some extra effort into this game. With that being said, I think it's important to note that when I was playing it, the way that the game presents itself is so open-ended, right? But the game itself is not open-ended, if that makes sense.
No,
Let me
does.
explain here.
I played the demo, so I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yeah. The game overall, despite the open-ended finding out where to go and stuff, is very linear. There are side quests and different things to do, but in terms of the main story, there is a point-to-point thing with it.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this on Sacred and something else too, so this is a very belabored point, but I think it's a great example of when I realized this clicked in my brain. I was in this town, and all these soldiers were talking about this chapel nearby that had a treasure in the basement, and how they wanted to get in there and see what's going on. Oh, I wish I was stationed there. I might be able to get some of that treasure. And I was like, man, this is, I was getting a little like Baldur's Gate vibe from it, where it's like, I'm hearing people talk about something that must mean that there's something for me to do there.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I was like, okay, I'm going to go check out this chapel. I'm tired of hearing about it. What's going on? I make the way across the map and I cannot get in. There are soldiers there. They're like, sorry, you're not allowed in. I try to find like a secret entrance, soldiers there too. And I realized I'm like, there's literally no way to get in here. Turns out later in the game, that is actually something you do as part of the story. But it was teased to me in a way that I was like, oh, this could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I think knowing that going in, that it's like, it's not quite as open-ended as you might think is good to know when playing this game. But I think that it's clear. I really appreciate the developers had this very clear vision of a game. When they talked about in the PlayStation blog, they called it player plattering instead of silver plattering, which just sounds really dumb. But I really appreciate that they really stuck to this throughout the whole game. It doesn't always work. And there are points in this game where I was like, man, I have no idea what to do. Like, I don't know where to go. There are many dungeons in this game that are almost like Zelda style dungeons where there's multiple puzzles. You have to unlock different doors and stuff like that. And there are points where I'm like, dude, I'm so tired of running around in circles trying to figure out what's going on in this game. There's also just a lot of puzzles in general where it's like, you got to get this item, or you got to figure out what the proper passcode is, or which direction to point these statues and stuff. So those will appeal to very different types of people, either a lot or not very much at all.
Let me read this before you move on from it. This is from Aggie is Fire. Hey, Summon Crew. I just picked up Hell Is Us, and I'm looking forward to playing as Todd Howard, killing faceless white monsters with red geometry coming out of them. But with the main selling point being no maps and no handholding, I'm curious if Dustin got stumped at any puzzles or story beats. Do you have any tips or advice for anyone getting into the game?
Yeah. So my advice would be to take screenshots or write it down. One of those two options for certain things will be helpful. The other thing too, this is really going to depend on how you feel about your gamer integrity, I guess. I've realized at 32 years old that I am willing to suffer while trying to figure out something to a certain extent. And it eventually gets to a point where even if I figure it out, I'm still going to be angry because I'm going to be like, that was stupid or I'm stupid. One of those two things. So I've gotten pretty attuned to like knowing when I need to just look something up and get over it and just do it. Look it up and then don't look up literally everything, but getting to that point. So there was a few instances where I was like, dude, nah, like I'm just looking this up. And that I think improved the experience. The other thing about puzzles too, and this is probably a me problem. Well, not fully a me problem, but the combat in this game is very, very repetitive. And it's fun at first. It's fun for maybe the first half of the game because you're getting new weapons, you're upgrading. And then you start to realize that there are a very small amount of enemy types and the combat is just really not that dynamic outside of different abilities. And I remember a later point in the game where I went through this really long process of solving this puzzle. And then I was immediately met with another puzzle. And I was like, no, like I'm at the point where I'm getting tired of both the puzzles and the combat, but I'm getting close to the end. And so I just looked it up.
Well, let me ask you about this because I played the demo and I liked the puzzle aspect. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. This is something different, I guess, what I'm used to with these kind of games. Are they creative later on? And like a lot of it, what I did early on was like, hey, match up this picture, this symbol with this symbol and stuff like that. Is it mostly stuff like that? Or are you like doing crazy physics shit like you would in like a Zelda game or anything like that?
No. There are a few, I think, standout creative ones. I really like puzzles that are tied in environmentally, right? Without being specific, there's a puzzle where you're trying to figure out a code and there's like different paintings. And so the code, part of the code is on the paintings, and one of them, it looks like there should be a number there and it's not. And you need to find that object in the environment in order to find the number. And I thought that was really cool because I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. It wasn't simply just find these 3 items. It was like find these items and then the item is a clue to something else. But a lot of the other ones are kind of cookie cutter where it's like, oh, it's I read a book and it had this date in it. And so now this date is part of the code and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a mixed bag in that puzzle department, which is why I think it started to get old for me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I played the demo. I'm like, this is interesting, but I don't know if there's enough. This might wear thin after a little bit from what it presented to me, I guess is what I was feeling. I guess a lot of it is if you have the intrigue for the world and the story, I suppose. But I wasn't like super drawn in, I should say. Right. First of all, what's with the haircut, dude?
Yeah, dude, the hair is just. I don't know what they were thinking with that. I really don't.
It looks really bad. It looks like he's wearing a fucking wig.
Yeah, it's just a bad decision.
Yeah. Luckily, you don't see his hair very much because he usually has a hat.
Has the hood
or the hood on, which is helpful. But yeah, you're right, Brad. And the world and the story is what really drove me to keep playing. And I mentioned earlier, like, we've played so many games now that are like, well, actually, both sides are bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think on first glance, that can be kind of overdone. But I really like the way that it's done, sometimes in more subtle ways and sometimes more obvious ways. I mentioned the one town I was in with all the soldiers. So they really fucked up this town. In a way that lots of people dead, lots of people assaulted. It's bad. You find like there's a girl that's hiding and she's talking about seeing all of her friends murdered and stuff like that. some of these soldiers are like, yeah, we killed those scum, hang them up. You know, there's literally people like
Mhm.
fully deranged psychopaths. There's another soldier you talk to that's like, I supported this war, but I do not agree with what happened here, and I cannot like they're fucked up and they're on the side that won. You know,
Mhm.
I was like, that's kind of cool. Kind of that.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like the trope. It's just about the execution, how they handle it.
Right. Yeah. The other thing to touch on, and I can only be very vague about this, the ending of this game sucks. The ending of this game is really bad. I couldn't believe how they ended it, honestly. Like, I was like, man, it doesn't stop me from recommending it to certain people that might be interested into this very specific what they're going for in this game. And I really hope they make a sequel, because there's there's such a great groundwork and such a great world.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It came out the same day as Silksong and Cronos, I believe.
Yeah.
So a big competition going on. But yeah, the ending, I was like, man, what are you guys doing with this? It's very abrupt ending. So
damn, dude,
Brad, the other thing too about the combat, and you probably realize this from the demo, it's got like a Bloodborne rally mechanic.
Yeah, it does.
Where if you're very aggressive and attack, there's like a white bar that fills. And then you have like a Gears of War active reload where if you press R1 when it lights up, then you get all that health back. It's kind of broken later in the game, though.
Yeah, I was using the demo and it was working for a little bit, then it just stopped working. And I was like, what the fuck? And apparently people told me like it was broken in the demo.
Oh,
like, oh, okay. That sucks.
Weird.
Yeah, it seemed really OP. If I can get like a free heal constantly, it felt like almost something like that.
Yeah.
Didn't it annoy you how floaty it was? Because I played a couple of hours. I want to get back to it still, but it annoyed me how floaty the character controlled. Like it didn't feel like he was grounded there. Like it felt like he was gliding everywhere, which really annoyed me.
It's funny just because it looks visually is a very impressive game, I would say, overall.
Yeah.
But when you get into the movement, you get a little bit of that AA feeling to the movement. Absolutely. So it didn't bother me that much. At one point I felt like being such like a nerd, like not actually, but there are certain points in this game where I saw somewhere I wanted to go and there was just like a small ledge. He cannot climb and he cannot jump. And I'm like, dude, just climb up. I hate it when games do that, where it's like, oh, well, you just can't go there because we're not giving you the mechanics, even though within the world it would make sense. It's like,
sure, bro.
And obviously, I'm sure some of my favorite games, like I'm sure From Software games do that all the time.
Yep.
I was like, dude, just climb up. It's like 2 feet. Do it, dude.
Yeah.
Have you played Atomfall?
No. But I've heard it has that similar no map thing, right?
Yes, but it does it. Well, that's not fair to Hell Is Us, because I've only played, I want to say 10 hours, maybe 8 hours. So I still have some time to go. I loved Atomfall, and I think everything Hell Is Us does really well, Atomfall also does really well, but it also has other aspects that make it really great. So I think if you like Hell Is Us, I'm pretty sure you will also like Atomfall. Maybe even more so.
Interesting. Yeah, I wanted to check that out. I think I was busy with something when it came out, but wasn't it kind of buggy at launch too, or did they?
It was.
So they fixed that?
They fixed it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, great game.
All right, well, that is Hell Is Us. Let's move on to Sort It Out! On this segment,
God bless,
we just talk about something in the game industry we're not too pleased with that needs a little sorting. Could be a game company, whatever, human, however personal you want to get.
Human.
Yeah, if you want to get real personal. Mine echoes another write-in, so I'll let you guys go first if you have anything. Whatever you think.
I have Ubisoft.
Ooh, okay.
Because they're doing a mean thing, a bad thing, or maybe a good thing. I don't know. But they released, or it was a leak, so it's not really Ubisoft. Maybe it should be the leakers. I don't know. But the leak said that they're putting RPG elements in the remake of Black Flag. And I love Black Flag. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed game, even though people always tell me it's not a real Assassin's Creed game. I don't care. It's my favorite one. I love pirates. I love everything with pirates. So I'm so happy that they're remaking this one. But I really want a faithful remake, and I don't want the RPG elements of the later Assassin's Creed games in this one, which is what the rumor says.
What's like the RPG element you're really worried about?
I don't want skill trees. I don't want leveled enemies.
Was there not a skill tree in the original one?
There are skill trees, but not levels.
Oh,
so you get XP and you get like more weapons or different weapons, or you can craft different things if you kill different animals. But there's not like +5 dex,
like
+5
gotcha.
stabby, whatever for this one. However, what I do like, and what they're probably also adding, is new equipment and new loot. I do like that because the old game also had that. The only problem I had with the original Black Flag was that there were so many little cool little islands where you had these treasure chests, but there was only money in them. So this time around, maybe they can put like loot in it or like special stuff, and that is really cool. So I'm really excited to see what they actually do with it, because they're only leaks so far. But I hope. Have you guys played Mirage, Assassin's Creed Mirage?
I've played some of it.
That's the one where I really got annoyed with, because they said they were going to go back to basics and it was going to be the old Assassin's Creed again, and they didn't do that. Personally, I also liked the new Assassin's Creed. I didn't like Shadows at all, but I loved Odyssey or Origins.
Yeah,
those two
a big
I thought
RPG
were great.
one.
Yeah, those two were great. But then I think you should make Black Flag 2 and put it in there and not do it with the original. I would rather keep the original. But it depends what they're going to do with it. So sort it out. Maybe it's not really fair to give it to Ubisoft because it's only leaks. But
yeah,
I hope and I pray that they don't fuck it up. I really want this game to be either improve on it somehow, but really improve on it, or just make a faithful remake. But please don't do what you did with Mirage and say you're going to go back to basics and make it worse. So
yeah,
please.
I think back to basics with some Assassin's Creed stuff, and I'm like thinking back, I'm like, that shit sucked though. When I think about it, like the combat I think about in the old Assassin's Creed games. You like the combat in those old games?
I did, yeah. But it's also a sign of the time. I mean, it's pretty basic parry. It's always
all
parry,
it is.
It is, but it worked and it was kind of fun. It had like a charm to it. Like, I'd rather have that and actual assassinations than like
sure, I'll give you the actual assassination. I'll give you that, yeah.
And like, or like bosses with like spongy, you have to hit him 4 times now instead of 2 times.
I mean from a mechanical standpoint of like what you can do in combat, actually.
Well, it would be awesome. Let's say they have the combat of the older games, right? But you have more moves now, and the enemies also have more moves. That kind of solves it already,
I guess
right?
they could do that. But if it's like 1-to-1 combat of Black Flag, that's too old, I think.
Yeah, I get that. But that's a way to solve it, right? Like put new moves on it, like a move set or more different stuff there, but not really like, I don't like level gating in games. I don't like it when this enemy
I understand that, yeah,
has a bigger health bar than this one, or you can't really assassinate people anymore unless you enable it in the options. Like Assassin's Creed should be about assassinations, I guess.
Sure.
And like sneaking, and because the other games,
sneaking is definitely gone away.
Yeah. And that was really cool in Black Flag too, because all these islands had these bushes and these trees, and you could run up the tree line and like subvert the enemies and stuff. Like the road, such a cool game. So I hope you can still do that, and I hope they don't turn it, because the later RPGs, not Shadows, but Odyssey, Valhalla, and even Origins, they were more action games than stealth games.
Yeah, they for sure are, which is a shame.
But we don't really know, so maybe it's not a fair sorted out. But
maybe it'll be like a weird hybrid of the two. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I hope it has so much potential. We never get pirate games anymore. The last one was that shitty game made by the same people.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to reuse assets. That's for
Well,
sure.
yeah, they should. Yeah,
Absolutely fucking should.
It looked apart. It just wasn't. That was this game. That was supposed to be this game. Really.
Yeah,
I
they
guess.
should have just made a brand new pirate series instead of Skull and Bones. Being
One
like
day,
ship only.
one day, a developer will figure it out.
Someone needs to
really
make
cool.
a AAA pirate open world game.
Yes,
It shouldn't be that hard. Sea of Thieves, it's different.
Pirates and Game of Thrones. Those are the two big things missing in games.
Game of Thrones, yes. All right, Dustin, what about you?
Oh, Lock is going to love my sorted out.
Ooh.
Sorted out, unoptimized games.
Ooh.
Games that are coming out subpar. Seems like they are all over the place these past few weeks to different degrees, of course.
Yeah.
We've been talking about Metal Gear Solid Delta on the show, specifically, and how the frame rate is all over the place. Some of the more recent examples, Borderlands 4 on console. I was seeing that basically the longer you play the game, the performance just continues to tank, where it'll start to run at like 30 FPS on performance mode because there's like a memory leak issue. So that not so good. The PC version, I think, also has been kind of annoying people. I don't know as much about that.
I want to defend Borderlands here on console because I've been
defend
playing
the memory leak.
Yeah, well, no, the memory leak is awful, of course.
Right.
But it's also like, who the hell plays 10 hours at a time? Like, I play maybe 2-3 hours at a time. Well, people do,
Streamers.
I guess. But I play 2-3 hours at a time. I restart the game, no problem. I saw people mention this in the Discord too. Like, it's terrible on the PS5 Pro. No, it's not. It's terrible on PC, yeah. But on the PS5 Pro, I think close to 30 hours now. There are some frame drops here, yeah, and it's not 100% perfect. But I've played so many worse games than Borderlands 4 on the PS5. The memory leak, of course, is an issue, but you can get around it. Right. However, you are absolutely right, because on PC it's a big disaster. Should have never launched in the state that it launched on there. Yeah, horrible.
I guess my thinking with the memory leak thing is like if you bought a new car and they were like, well, it can go up to 60 miles per hour for the first 3 hours. And then after that, it will slowly only go to 30.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I just bought a brand new car. Like you're telling me, they're like, oh, don't just stop, just pull over and turn the car on and off, and then you'll be fine. Right. Yeah. It's like, you're not going to be driving more than 3 hours most of the time, are you? It's like, no, it's brand new. I just spent however much, so it's like,
it's true.
I'm just saying from a perspective of like brand new game, $70.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
I think, yeah. And I'm not saying like, don't buy it. Like if you understand, like if you're willing to deal with that, those hiccups, then like, it's fine. But it's just like,
no, you're right.
Just today, I'm curious about this because there's been some chat about it. And this is kind of sorted out to Sony specifically, is that apparently Silent Hill F is having particular issues with PSSR on PS5 Pro.
Oh no.
So I'm looking at an article from Push Square. Oh, they're referencing Digital Foundry. Basically, it forces PSSR, and there's a near constant shimmering to appear over grass as the upscaler attempts to recognize and recreate the detail. So it sounds like it's nothing like crazy or deal breaking or whatever. But I've been saying this for a while. I'm going to keep saying it, is that I understand that Sony doesn't make every game that comes out for PS5 Pro, but they are the gatekeeper.
Right.
And they do certify games. And I just think it's like such a bad look for them, where it's like, we're selling the premium console where you're going to have the best experience and you're going to pay more for it, but it'll be worth it. And they continue to certify games, and not just small games, big games. And it's like, oh, well, actually, the PS5 Pro experience is worse than in certain ways. Because I think that probably the example with Silent Hill F is that it's higher resolution, but the actual image you're going to see, depending on what matters to you, might be worse.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing with Metal Gear Solid Delta, where you were getting a higher resolution on PS5 Pro, but you weren't getting as good performance. And some people say, well, that doesn't matter to everybody. If you're buying if you're the type of person to buy a PS5 Pro,
Yeah, you care
highly
about
likely
that.
it does matter.
Yeah, true.
So
True.
Sony, I think, just needs to get their shit together where it's like, have a pass system where it's like, okay, in order to release the game, the PS5 Pro version must be better than the standard.
Yeah.
Or at least it sounds like with Silent Hill F, because PSSR is still kind of in its early days, and it's an upscaler, so it's going to have issues. In certain games like Hell Is Us that we just talked about, you have an option to turn PSSR on and off because I think it will use FSR instead. And so it gives the player the option where it's like, oh, I don't care about the shimmering. Then yeah, leave on PSSR. If it bothers you, then you have the other option where maybe you're going to sacrifice other things in other ways. So
yeah,
it's just a little annoying when you spend so much money on a nicer console and then it's like, well, you're going to have in certain ways a worse experience. It's like, come on. But in general, just like the state of games, it seems like Unreal 5 just over and over and over. It's like
same thing with Borderlands, Unreal 5 again. Always Unreal 5. Always Unreal 5.
Yeah.
You're going to like this one. Oh, go ahead, actually.
I was going to say, it does sound like Silent Hill F overall, though, is very good. It is an Unreal 5 game, and it apparently isn't dealing with standard UE5 issues. It's actually just a PSSR issue, so just funny. It's like, there's got to be something, you know?
Before I get to my sort out, let me read this one from Steven Campos. Hello, everyone. I have a sorted out for PC gamers. Why complain when a game can't run 60 FPS at Ultra 4K graphical settings with the newest graphics card like an RTX 5090? Is it that much to ask to just simply lower the fucking settings to higher medium? I had a laptop that had a GTX 1660 Ti for years and played Starfield at medium settings, getting 40 to 60 FPS, and I didn't fucking mind. And now I've upgraded to the RTX 5070 Ti, and now I can play Starfield at high and get 60 FPS, or Ultra and get 40 FPS. Am I complaining? No, because I understand that PC components such as graphics cards will over time get better and stronger sorted out PC gamers. This to me is like, well, if you're buying a 5090, you're spending thousands of dollars on your GPU alone, so you should expect good things if you're spending that kind of money. You're spending like 5K, 6K on your PC. Yeah, you fucking probably should expect it to run good. Is my thing.
Better than the best. That's why
it should be like the best thing. Like you have the 59, that's like the best GPU or one of the top GPUs out right now.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, huh?
The top, yeah.
Like to me, it's also, like, yeah, you have a 5070 Ti and you're not complaining. It's like, yeah, because you have a 5070 Ti.
Yeah, you're playing Starfield.
Yeah.
You should be complaining about everything, but
I don't know. Dustin, what do you think about this? You have a 4090, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about PC gaming, man, is just that to a lot of people, this is a controversial take, but it's like there are absolutely more headaches with PC gaming than console gaming.
Yep.
Overall.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it takes a certain type of person, not that it's rare, but it's like, it makes sense. Like console gaming is appealing to a lot of people because even if, and we're just talking about console performance issues, they happen there too. But there are tons of weird things that can happen on PC where it's like a game doesn't work. Do you know how to normally you can fix it, but are you the type of person that knows how to troubleshoot and fix it? Just recently with the Battlefield beta, they needed you to change a setting in your BIOS. Certain people had to change in their BIOS.
I saw that and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, same.
I never played it.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, is that a really hard thing to do? Not necessarily, not for everybody, but for some people that maybe they came from consoles and now they're checking out PC gaming or whatever. I don't know. There's just more hoops to jump through. And yeah, the unoptimized state of games on PC, it's like way more likely that a game is going to be unoptimized on PC than a console. So it's frustrating. And I say that as someone, as Brad was saying, I have a 4090. I spent a lot of money on this PC in order to play PC games and hopefully have them be better. Just not always the case.
What it didn't used to be this way either. Up until I want to say 3 years ago, maybe that's when the real problems started. But before that, if you remember the 30 series, like up until the 3080 Ti, I guess those were like the golden years because PC gaming then. If you bought a game on PC, you could be sure that it was working way better and looking way better than it did on console and running way better. But now, stuff like this shouldn't happen. Like people, like you said, Brett, or like you said too, Dustin, people pay money for extra performance, and you can't give them that performance. Well, then something doesn't add up there. Something doesn't add up. So I feel like those people have every right to complain because it's the same game. It's the same game on a better system. If you play on a PS4 and your neighbor plays on a PS5, the player with the PS5 can expect better performance, I assume.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, for me, my sorted out is for Xbox. Guess what? They're raising the price
Xbox hater
in the United States. Well, I got to call it how it is. Let's see. Console prices are going up in the United States on October 3rd. Here's the breakdown. Xbox Series S, 520 or 512 gigabytes is $399. Xbox Series S, 1 terabyte, $449. Xbox X Digital, $599. Xbox Series X, $649. And Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Special Edition is going to be $799.
It's insane.
Which is more than the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
For 2 terabyte normal Xbox Series X. So the prices are going up again. Let me read this from Raisin. Good day, Summoners. I feel like there's no greater sorted out than to Microsoft. Once again, the price of the Series console has gone up thanks to tariffs. When will this end? Consumers are already being fucked at the grocery store. Now our consumer electronics are going up. Something's got to give. How long until Sony and Nintendo follow suit again? $80 games, $800 consoles? I feel like a crash is coming. Not all like the original video game crash. At the same time, the price of games and consoles are going up. We're experiencing unprecedented and extraordinary levels of quality. Just look at the releases for September alone. The distance is startling. The economics of the industry feels fine, or feels like it's on fire, but the quality of the content is greater than ever before. I hope consumers can soon breathe a sigh of relief. Until then, I'll put on my lipstick and get on my knees. Got to afford that PS6 somehow. Wow. So yeah, Microsoft, I believe, said it was about like the tariffs, changing economic conditions. And I thought this was funny. Mike Ybarra, who used to work at Xbox for a long time and who was president at Blizzard for a little bit of time, wrote this on Twitter and said, console price increases are not tariff issues. They are a profit issue. And the reason why profits are not where they should be is a far, far deeper issue versus the tariff excuse. Now, I wonder what you guys think about this. Do you think Mike is blowing smoke? Or do you think he has a point?
Just before we started recording, I read an article that they removed all Xbox consoles from Target stores because they weren't selling.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that, because I read it on Twitter, so I don't know if it's true or not, but it was like right before we started recording. But if that's true, then it's the 1 millionth dumb mistake. Like at this point, does it even matter still anymore? With what they're doing, like, do they even still care? I feel so bad for their fans and for the people invested in that ecosystem. Because right now, if I was an Xbox player and I had my whole library on that system, I would be starting to get worried. Because they keep saying like, no, you will be keeping your library for the next generation, and we'll still have consoles and stuff. But they've been wrong, or they've been lying about so much stuff that at this point it's starting to get scary. I think if you still have your primary library on that ecosystem, because they, even when they started marketing the what is that handheld called, the Rogue Ally, like the new one,
that still doesn't have a price, does it? And it's like coming out weeks from now,
doesn't it? Wasn't it like insanely expensive?
That was
I could
leaked,
be
I
wrong.
think. It wasn't
Leaked,
nothing like
okay.
official as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Well, it can't play like native Xbox games
No.
either, which is also a huge problem.
Only if it's
you want
backwards compat or
Yeah.
like play anywhere, I mean.
Exactly. So if you want to call it an Xbox, it needs to run Xbox games. So I think what they're doing to their own fan base is atrocious. And I hope the people who are invested in that ecosystem, who are sometimes very loud and sometimes very abrasive, which is completely understandable, I hope they let it known that that is not okay if that happens. And the same with these price increases now, too. It's such, like, what are they doing? Like, who the hell is going to buy an Xbox now? Like, you would be insane if you would buy an Xbox Series X now for $800. Like a console that basically has no use anymore. So, yeah. I feel terrible for their audience. They deserve better. They deserve way better.
It's like, do you think they're just trying to get max profit out of what they have left, kind of thing like that?
Well, this is not the way to do it. Like, who the hell is going to buy one now? I would say slash the prices, cut them in half.
Full fire sale,
Yeah, exactly. So I have no. What does anybody know what they're doing really? Like it's a constant. It's like a constant barrage of nonsense from them. So and people keep defending it too. So it's just I personally I've gotten to the point like whatever. Like I hope they don't fuck their fan base over any further. That's my opinion on it. Yeah.
Dustin, any thoughts?
Yeah, because if their next console is the rumored PC like that can run Steam games and stuff like that, then more than likely it does sound like if you've purchased Xbox SKU games for your Series X that they may not work on this next console. I don't know. Maybe they'll figure out something for it, but it's not impossible.
You couldn't play Xbox games on it. That seems crazy. That can't be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly, I mean, I don't know. The good news is if you do really want an Xbox Series X, just look at the used market. I just put it in Facebook Marketplace real quick. I'm seeing them for $350. Here's one $250. So they are still available, and that's I don't know. I have no idea what's going on over there. It does kind of feel like they've given up with the Series X because those they know, looking at that price, how unappealing that is, especially if you know how much it was. I guess that you could still make the argument that it's like, well, you spend more for the console, but you're going to be spending less on games with Game Pass. Yeah. It's like, I guess. So yeah, I'm curious about how much is tariff, and the Mike Ybarra tweet is interesting. I honestly just don't know enough about that to speak. Like, maybe Microsoft's manufacturing is more impacted by tariffs than PlayStation or Nintendo's would be.
Sure.
I think I've heard that somewhere before, so maybe that's part of it as well. But yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. Well, we shall see, Xbox. We shall see.
They're gonna hate you. They're gonna hate you for bringing it up.
Oh yeah, they already hate me. It's okay.
Oh, they do. That's okay. They hate everybody.
Yeah, they hate me. It's okay. I don't care.
They should hate their leaders.
I want Xbox to do well. It's great if there's good competition, but
yeah,
they're
next
just
year, Fable.
They're just I'm really excited for Fable. They're just in a bad spot right now. It feels like.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Time for Keep It Up. The exact opposite stuff we're pleased with in gaming. Lockmort, are you pleased with anything in gaming right now?
I am very pleased with a certain someone, but it's not in a way that you would expect. Because my Keep It Up is for Mr. Randy Pitchford.
Yes.
Because he's a complete lunatic, and I love it. It keeps getting worse every day, too. Like, he always does this when there's a new game, when Gearbox has a new game release. He always kind of loses the plot and attacks his own fans and gets into a whole lot of trouble, and then disappears again for a couple of years. But this time I guess social media is more there's more of a presence now these days, so you can't really get around it anymore. The stuff he's saying on Twitter is just insane, just complete insanity. Attacking his own fans. The way he words it too, like it's like this man doesn't understand how marketing works or doesn't understand how people work, and he still thinks, I guess, that he lives in the 90s when like abrasive or like bully behavior was considered cool, I guess, back then. But personally, I think it's hilarious the way he's acting or the way he's talking to people. I hope he doesn't keep it up, of course. I hope he comes to his senses and they fix all the issues, especially on PC. But like telling people to refund Borderlands 4 on Steam, if you think your system can't, I mean, it's complete insanity. We don't see that anymore from developers, and that's what I do like about him. Like he's like the developer we had in the early 2000s, where he literally is, because he was around back then too. But he's like Cliff Basinski and those types of people, like the complete creative, very passionate, but also complete nut jobs, who should stay away from social media. But I guess you can't tell Randy what to do. So I think it's really funny what he does. Again, it's a joke, of course. I hope he doesn't keep it up, but I do think it's funny.
Jeff wrote and said, "Hi, Summoners. Going off the wall. Keep it up, Randy Pitchford. Every time this goofball opens his mouth, it says something absolutely batshit insane. It's completely hilarious seeing the reaction. Keep on entertaining. Best, Jeff." Well, Jeff agrees with you.
Yeah.
Dustin, what about you? Anything this week?
First of all, keep it up to the rain outside. It hasn't rained here in like a month and a half. We actually are in a drought here in Western PA.
Oh,
everyone's grass is dead, like yellow.
Damn.
So I'm hearing it. I'm glad that it's raining. My keep it up. It's a personal keep it up. Keep it up / thank you. Shout out to our friend Jimmy Champagne.
Oh, Jimmy, yeah.
Nice.
He's been helping me out immensely with my YouTube channel. I really been appreciating it. He's also just a great guy, great friend. And he does, man, the dude does so much stuff on YouTube, whether it's PS Ready, Deck Ready, his channel, Real Ones. Definitely check out Real Ones if you're into horror stuff. He makes great videos on it. I always want to, there's some videos I'm like really excited to watch it, and there's other stuff that I'm like, I have no idea what this is, but I'm at least going to play it and get you the watch time. So keep it up, Jimmy. Appreciate you, bud.
Yeah, he hasn't been on the show in a while. I'll have to ask him to be on.
Yeah.
It's been a while. But yeah, shout out Jimmy. He's helped me in the past too with YouTube stuff. So he's the man.
He's awesome.
And of course, Lock here. Lock's helped me out a lot too. He's the man as well.
Whoa.
My keep it up, I guess, this week is just for Konami, I guess. Silent Hill F is reviewing well, and I'm very excited to play it. I'm kind of happy it's very different from past Silent Hill games. I think the setting is very interesting and different. So if we have a good Silent Hill game again, 2 in a row, wow. Especially a brand new one, it's pretty good. So I will take that all day. Thanks, Konami. I hope you continue to do well, because I love your IPs.
Are you both gonna play it now? Are you? Because it's you.
I'm gonna play it tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. So you're both getting it early, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
I'm playing tonight. I'm hoping to try to get a video out on Thursday.
Is it midnight for you?
Nice.
Yeah.
How late? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Staying up late. All right.
Hey, if you come here, you can play it right now.
Whoa.
All right, this is from the Ted Woolsey translation. Keep it up between the Buried and Me, their new album, The Blue Nowhere fucking rips, and everyone should go check it out. I put this in here because I like this band a lot, and I've been listening to it at the gym, and it's, I would say it rips. So,
I saw them with Coheed and Cambria.
Nice, dude.
At one point. They have the album Colors, right?
Yes, that's them.
That's a good album.
Yeah, Colors is a legendary album. And last one we got here is from Jooch Magooch. Hey boys, the thread is still up, so here it goes. I did have the thread up for a while. Keep it up, Lock on the based streaming edits.
Oh, thank you. Very nice.
Loving your edits, Lock.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are funny. You send me teases of them often. This one that's going to going up is very funny. The Micah and Colin episode.
Oh yeah, that goes up the same time as this episode.
Oh, this?
I think, right?
Okay.
Tomorrow,
so the Overcooked one. Yeah, that shit is funny.
That was a special one. Let's keep it at that. Yeah, it was a special one.
All right. Quick time for a game recommendation from the audience for the audience. This is from JM and Dallas, or from JM from Dallas. Howdy, slutty summoners. Want to drop a game recommendation? Have a Nice Death is a roguelite where you play as Death, the Grim Reaper, where many of his minions of the underworld have taken over and are trying a corporate takeover, and he must fight to reclaim his role as head of the underworld. The tone is one of a violent office comedy, and the art style is unique, creative, and fun as hell. Pardon the pun. The gameplay and movement are tight. There are lots of great weapons and creative builds to be had. Before you've unlocked some of the permanent upgrades, it could be a difficult game, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be playing run after run, even once you've beaten the final boss. Thanks, and have a great thanks for the great weekly content, Brad. I have had this game for, I feel like, years, just in my Steam library, and I have not played it yet, but it did look appealing.
Looks cool,
so
yeah.
I would like to get to it one day. But good recommendation.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Lockmort.
Yes, sir.
Borderlands 4.
Yes.
You've been playing a lot. You talked a little bit earlier about 30 hours now.
Yes. Well, I think Maddie was on last week, and he already talked about Borderlands. So I'll keep it. I'll keep it a little bit.
Yeah, you can
brief
keep it short if you want.
Did he talk? He talked about the story, I guess, and stuff. So
Kind of like very vaguely.
I'll keep it short and brief. It starts on a prison planet, Kairos, so it doesn't take place on Pandora anymore, where the other Borderlands games were. The story is very simple, or the overall story. The planet of Kairos is a prison planet. The timekeeper is in charge. He's a dictator who basically controls his population via these little what do you call them, buttons on people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
You can control them that way. You escape the prison, you join the Crimson Resistance, led by Claptrap, and that's basically it. There you go. That's the story of Borderlands 4. It sounds very simplistic, and it is, but it works, and it works surprisingly well. My problem with previous Borderlands games were always the story. The stories in those games. They were funny sometimes, except for 3, which was horrible. But the comedy in those games was always too much of a slapstick version of comedy to me. This time around, I don't know what changed. Maybe I changed, and it's not really the writing in the game. But this time, it really seems to work for me. I think this game is really funny at certain points. It made me laugh out loud a couple of times, which no games ever do, except for South Park: A Stick of Truth, really. No other game has ever really done that, except for this one, except for Borderlands 4. But it's also pretty emotional, surprisingly emotional in certain parts. I think they did a wonderful job with the characters. The overall story itself is pretty simple, but the characters surrounding it, I don't know why, but they're very adorable. Claptrap, this time around, he has this side quest in the beginning of the game, which is basically a quest about letting go. And you gather a couple of his items on this little boat, and he pushes this boat up into the lake, and it explodes. And it's very silly, it's very stupid, but it's also, it kind of works. It's very adorable. It's very I don't know. It really touched something in me. So I thought that was a great thing they improved upon. So to me, in the mainline Borderlands games, I think this is my favorite story so far in the mainline ones. Of course, it's not Handsome Jack level writing, because that was a great villain, and this one doesn't have a great villain. Handsome Jack is still the best villain, but in terms of overall story and characters, I think this is my favorite one so far.
Okay.
You have 4 Vault Hunters again. You have Vest, the Siren, that's the one I play as. You have Eamon, the Forge Knight, basically a melee character. You have Rafa, the Exo Soldier, or Harlow, the Gravatar. She shoots like orbs that pull people in, and really cool. Every Vault Hunter feels really different. I play as Vex. She can summon, or at least my skill tree that I use. She summons a Reaper or a Spectre. A Reaper is basically a melee ghost that chops people up. A Spectre shoots enemies down. But the main thing about Borderlands 4 is that it's insanely fun, addictive, and powerful to me. it's the most fun I've had this year playing a game.
Wow.
I'm not going to say it's the best game this year. Obviously not. There are way better games than it, but it's, for some reason, it really works. It really works, and it really works really well. I don't know what they did exactly, but it's so addictive, way more addictive than other Borderlands games. In the previous Borderlands games, you had these little hub areas. Remember? I don't know. Have you guys played Borderlands 1, 2, or 3?
I've played some of 2.
I played some of 2.
And a little bit of 1, I think.
Okay. So a lot of people consider 2 the best. So you've played the best one probably. But 2 and 1 and 3 have these blue hub areas where the game mostly took place. So you play in this one area, you get to a loading screen, and you get to the next area. Borderlands 4 is the first Borderlands game that's really open world. So you can go anywhere, do anything. And that works surprisingly well, because it reminds me so much of a game that came out in 2021 that also did the same thing Borderlands did and went open world. Remember what game that was?
2021?
Yeah.
No.
It's Halo Infinite. Or was that 2021? Was it 2019 maybe? I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I think it was 2021 because it got delayed.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Xbox Series X came out in 2020.
2021.
Because Halo Infinite did the exact same thing. It somehow went open world, and it worked there too. Not quite as good as here, but it also worked there as well. And Borderlands did the same thing. It went from a more hub-based open world to an actual open world. Of course, then you get to the typical Ubisoft problem with collectibles everywhere, right? So there's silos all over the map, echo logs, caches, propaganda speakers, and a lot more collectibles you have to collect. But the fun part in Borderlands 4 is that they're actually fun to do, and there's not too many, so it's not too overwhelming. I think there's like 20 or something from everything. So it works really well. It's so addictive, and there's also fun challenges in getting them. For instance, you spurt to the end of a cliff and you see an echo device on the other side, but then you have to find your way there. So you have to double jump and glide, which is another thing that makes this game really great. The movement in this game is wonderful. You can double jump, you can glide, you can dodge, you can slide. The movement feels really, really awesome. Something that wasn't present in other Borderlands games. The movement there was more rigid, while here it really feels fluid. Like you can get anywhere really fast, which is awesome. The other game that it kind of reminds me of is Far Cry 5. I don't know if you guys have played Far Cry 5.
Yeah, I played 5. Yeah.
You remember the principle, right? Like 3 regions or 4 regions. No, 3 regions. It was there too. Each region has an end boss. You defeat the end bosses, and then the big boss comes in the last region. Exact same principle here. You have 3 big regions. Each region has a boss. Each region has a vault. The vaults are basically instant dungeons, like they are in Destiny. Again, it works really well. It's really fun to play. The enemy variety is awesome. There's a lot of different enemies. They work in a lot of different ways. There's, of course, plenty of guns, skills. But again, for me, the movement is what makes this game so great. There's so many quality of life improvements too compared to the older games. Like if you find weapons, you can immediately mark them as junk this time around, so you don't have to do that in menus. No, you can just do it in the open world. You can summon your vehicle wherever you are. There are SDU upgrades, they call them here. So basically you can upgrade your inventory space or your ammo count for certain weapons. There's a weapon wheel. There's a ton of little improvements that are really awesome that they did a great job with. Now, I wanted to play Borderlands 4 on PC because to me, a first-person shooter needs to be played with a mouse. However, I still have a 3080, and my PC is still dying very rapidly. So I bought Borderlands 4. I met the minimum requirements, and I couldn't run it. Like I could run it. I tweeted a little, and I could get to 60 if I did a little bit more, but I didn't have it in me. So I bought it on PS5, which was a real adjustment for me, buying a first-person shooter on PS5. And at first, I wasn't happy at all. But then I kind of fiddled with the settings and I put my dead zones way lower, put my sensitivity way higher. And then it clicked for me. It worked really well on PS5. I didn't have like all the issues that a lot of people seem to be having on PC. There are drops into the 40s or maybe into the 30s even, but you don't really notice them. They happen so quick and they're over so fast. I do have that memory leak too that everyone has. So after 2-3 hours, I restart the game and then it's gone again for a while. But yeah, I don't really see all these problems that a lot of people complain about on PC. The one big problem I do have on PS5 is the very small FOV that they have on there, which is very annoying, but can't really help it. And they said they would fix it there too. So right now I'm 30 hours in. I've played a little bit of co-op. I've played most of it solo, and I can't wait to play more. Like every time I'm not playing this game, I'm thinking about it. Like right now too. I can't wait to go downstairs later and play more of it. You guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but you aren't big fans of Borderlands, right? Neither of you are. Like you feel it's like a dumb shooter, right?
Well, I didn't like the writing in the old ones, but I haven't played the newer ones.
Okay. I think this game could convince you that Borderlands could be way more. Like this is really a great starting point because it's basically a blank slate for the series, and also it's just a really great game. It's not like the previous Borderlands games. It's hard to explain because it still holds the soul of the older games, but it's like it's matured. I want to say it's the first next Borderlands game since 2, maybe, and we're a decade later or a decade and a half later, because 3 was a little bit special. We're not going to talk about that, but it's a great entry point for new players. It's a great open world game. It's slop, but it's beautiful slop, and I love it. And I can't get enough of it. I just want to play more and more and more. It's it's great.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I have access to it because I have a Steam family share with someone who owns it.
Ben owns it, I think. Yeah.
So I could pop. Can my 4090 handle the?
I hope so.
The issues. I don't know.
I think Jimmy and Ben have both played it pretty extensively, and I think your 4090 is better than Ben's 4080, so you should be fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, on PC, still, I wish I could play it on PC. God, but sadly not.
Neo JD wrote in and said, Lock, how would you compare your enjoyment of Borderlands 4 to the others in the series? I like it, but this is the first entry I find myself not loving.
I can see why, and I also can. To me, I think 2 holds such a special place in my heart because that came at such a special, perfect time. And 2 had such a perfect villain too, that 2 is still my number 1 Borderlands game, I think. Although it's tough to say because I haven't reached the end here yet. I think the gameplay in this one and the movement in this one is just so much fun. I would want to ask him what doesn't click for him. Is it like the story itself or is it like the open world? Because I can definitely see open world fatigue play into this. I explicitly didn't play an open world game this year because I wanted to play Ghost of Yote soon in October. And I didn't know Borderlands 4 was going to go full open world because otherwise I would have waited probably. So to me, this is my first Ubisoft-like game this year. And that's why it's clicking really well. But I can see maybe if you've played other types of those games that it maybe doesn't click as well. I don't know. Depends what he doesn't like, of course, about it.
Okay.
But that's a shame because I know a lot of people who didn't like Borderlands 3, myself included, and I think this is a huge step up from Borderlands 3 at least. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it. I also have Borderlands 4, so maybe one time we can fuck with that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people are playing in co-op, but also in the LSM Discord. If you're in the Discord, there's a Borderlands 4. What do you call that? Thread? Yeah, thread. Yeah. A lot of people are playing co-op. They're having a great time, really fun. Again, there are issues also on console, so it's not going to run perfect, but it's also not a huge disaster. On PC, it is a huge disaster. So if you're on console, I wish PSN offered refunds like Steam does so that people could try games for like 2 hours because that would really convince people if they are bothered by the performance issues or not, because otherwise it's a big risk, of course. But yeah, I would say try it, but you can't. So buy it, I guess.
All right, now we're going to go through the Dustin block. 2 games in a row from Dustin for the last 2.
Ooh.
Cronos, The New Dawn. Dustin, you've been playing this. Talk to me.
So yeah, it feels a little weird to talk about this game. To start, I'm decently into it, but not even halfway.
Okay.
And I posted a tweet about this last night that I basically said, I'm not really into it so far. And a lot of people responded that at the end of the section I'm currently in is where people got into the game.
Okay.
So maybe there's a pacing issue or something. And I know that I think definitely Colin is super into it. I think Maddie
Maddie liked it.
Really liked it. Did he talk about it? He was on last week, right? Did he talk about it? So yeah, right now the big thing is that I just feel like it's a little bland currently. And there's a thread of something that I find super interesting in this game, but so far I just find myself, it's like I'm just kind of bored. It's a survival horror game through and through, and I really appreciate its dedication to certain elements of that, like very limited inventory space at the beginning where you're going to be really struggling and making certain decisions on things. The positioning of your character when you shoot really matters. There's points where you're like fighting an enemy and you're like, oh shit, I got to back up or I'm going to get fucked up, basically. And very limited ammo too is, all very classic survival horror type stuff. I think as I'm playing it too, I think the reason why I want more from the story is that in terms of the gameplay, I feel like I have played many games exactly like it. Not as good. There's nothing about it that inherently is like bad or bothers me. I think one thing I find kind of annoying from a personal taste is that your character is just so slow. And it's supposed to be. I mean, they're like a big, or I think it's, the girl is like in a big space looking suit. It's not a space suit, but it's like, you know what I mean? The big suit the main character
it looks
wears.
like a diver suit almost.
Yeah, it's almost like a diver suit. So I get that. There's just certain points where there was a thing yesterday where I was like, man, I really should go back and buy some ammo at the save station I was at. It's like, I got to walk all the way back there and then walk all the way back here. So it can be, I don't know, a little cumbersome, but I guess I don't want to get into it as far as the story. There's something that I'm like, this could be so cool. Okay. So I'm going to keep playing just because I really want to see it through. It's not like it's super long either, but overall, I'm just kind of mixed on it. Are either one of you guys playing it or going to play it?
I'm probably going to try to play it next month around Halloween time, but not right now.
Dude, it's really not that scary.
No?
At all.
Oh.
I personally, the game has not... There's been a couple moments where I think it's attempted to jump scare, but it has not worked on me, which I am very sensitive to jump scares. And so far, it's like the atmosphere is a little creepy and the monsters that you fight are gross, but I really haven't found it to be scary at all, particularly compared to Silent Hill 2 Remake, which I thought at many points was very, very creepy.
So what would you compare it to? If you could compare it to anything?
Probably the most direct comparison is like Dead Space.
Oh, okay.
So it has like a mechanic where you can punch or you can like curb stomp, basically.
Oh, okay.
That's the other thing. This kind of annoyed me is that there was a point where I ran out of ammo. I'm like, well, I just got to punch this dude. And it like barely did anything. They really don't want you. It's not like your melee is there, but it's not really designed to be like a get out of jail free card. I guess I was thinking of like not Silent Hill, Resident Evil 4, where, and of course that's more kind of definitely leaning more action than survival horror, but I was like, I just remember that like I always knew I had the knife if I needed it.
Oh my god, the knife at RE4 is insanely good.
Yeah.
It's so powerful.
So it's not that I need the punch. I just was like, man, in this situation, I might as well just die.
Sure.
Where I have no ammo and no way to get it. I should probably just die and then try it again because I can't get out of this. The game is punishing too because as you kill enemies, their bodies are on the ground. And then when there's a new enemy, they want to go slurp up the dead enemy and become stronger. So there's kind of like this push that it's like, if you start seeing an enemy absorb a dead one, you want to kill him fast or shoot at him fast to stop him from becoming more powerful. But because it's survival horror and your ammo is so limited, I've been in situations where I'm fighting multiple enemies. One of them is absorbing another one. Then he gets more powerful. And it's just like, it goes downhill exponentially. And it's like, it's very punishing, which some people might be very into that. There's just been a couple points I was like,
sure.
It's kind of annoying. So
okay.
This game has a lot of reading in it too. You're reading all kinds of documents.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, they're short and they're usually kind of interesting, but just be prepared to read the lore of the game.
Prepare to read.
Are you because right now you're going to play Silent Hill, of course. Is it something you'll get back to, you think, or do you think like, okay, maybe next year or?
I'm planning to get back to it. I have to think about the release schedule because Silent Hill F is just going to take priority in order to hopefully make a video about it.
Yeah.
I want to, it's interesting enough with, like I said earlier, this story thread, that I want to know. And it's, again, nothing about it I think is inherently bad. I'm just kind of bored right now. At the specific point in the game, I'm just kind of bored. I've sat down the last 2 times I sat down to play it were kind of short sessions because it just didn't hold my interest very much. So sometimes great games do that though.
Yeah.
Where there just is a pacing point that you got to get past and then you end up really loving it. So
yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Final game, Dustin. The finals. You've been playing this with some of our pals pretty frequently.
Nice.
Seems like you're in the zone with it.
You put this at the end because this is the one that people are most likely going to want to skip. So I get it. I'm seeing the comments on Sacred. People are tired of me talking about the finals, but on Summon Sign we can be a little more in depth.
That's what it's about.
Have either one of you played this game?
No.
At any point?
No.
Yeah, I played it at the end of 2023 when it just came out. I played it twice with Ben, and I bought the battle pass the second time I played it, and then I never started it up again. Not because I didn't like it. I just I forgot. Like it just disappeared, and I never got back to it.
Lock, I also played a little bit of it when it came out, and I didn't really like it. I remember if I didn't partially, I think the guys, either Ben or Brandon, Justin, whatever, they wanted to play and they were like, Dustin, you should play. So I didn't have like a good onboarding experience where the main game mode of the finals is totally unique from any other game. There's no other game that has cash out or anything quite like it. So I was like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know how to play this game at all. So my first experience wasn't very good. And it's kind of been having a little bit more attention to it lately, just because there's been some big YouTubers that have been coming back to it. And they've done a lot to the game to make it a lot better. Someone who's been playing a lot longer will absolutely know and be able to describe those. But right off the bat, there's more game modes, which I think is the main thing that got me in, is that I didn't have to start immediately with the World Tour cash out mode. We started by playing the King of the Hill platform mode, which is great because it's like everyone understands how to play King of the Hill. Stand on the point.
Sure.
In this mode in particular, there's a platform that moves through the level when you have control. It like goes through buildings and stuff. It's really fun. But that got me in and gave me a chance to like understand the different equipment in the game and just overall like how to play, right?
Right.
But the cash out mode is where it's at, boys. It is so good because for years now, we've been playing, if you think of Halo, Call of Duty, whatever, these are the same kinds of game modes. It's like, okay, kill more of the enemy than the enemy kills of you. Team deathmatch. Capture the flag. Take the territories. It's like we've been doing this for decades. And there has been interesting mix-ups. Of course, Battle Royale, a big one. Ultimately, Battle Royale is just about surviving and moving around the map smart.
Yeah.
And now there's extraction mode, which extraction mode is pretty fresh, right? Cash out mode, though, what I love about it so much is that you don't necessarily need to be the team that you have the highest skill of actual playing, like actual who can click on the other enemy team's head better than the other team. There is so much more strategy in the cash out mode that if you can lock in the strategy and know what to prioritize, doesn't mean you necessarily will win, but is going to give you a huge advantage over players that might just be better from a technical standpoint of their FPS skills. So the other thing too about why I'm really, really enjoying it is that there are so many different ways to play this game. So there's 3 classes. There's light, medium, heavy. Each one of them have pros and cons. The light has the most damage, has the least amount of health, though. Medium, of course, is in the middle. And then there's the heavy, which has very low mobility. Their guns do the least amount of damage, but they're a tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
And each class has their own type of equipment that they can bring in as well. And that's where you can really make things shine. Lights can be like hyper aggressive, almost like a tracer character lock, where it's like your goal is to get in, distract the other teams, or try to pull aggro. So your other teams can your other team members can go in.
Yeah.
You can play them super stealthy with like an invisible grenade. You can go in and do it that way. So there's so many different ways to play the game. The cash out mode, I was saying about how prioritization is very important. So to briefly and quickly sum up how the cash mode works, there are 4 teams on the map and there are 2 cash boxes that spawn. You must take the cash box to a cash out station and then defend it. If you are able to keep it the entire time, you get the money. And the 2 teams at the end of the game that have the most money win and proceed to the next round of the tournament. So where this gets really interesting is that you have to figure out, like, maybe you're the number 1 team and then there's 1 cash out left. It's like you might just want to get the cash out box and keep it away from the other teams in order to stop them from getting money. So there's elements like that. There's also times where it's like, okay, I only have a very finite amount of time left that I can go in and steal this because you can steal the cash outs from other teams. That's like one of the big parts of the game. So there's like a lot of strategy. It's like, okay, well, we can throw in a gas grenade to try to clear things out. Is it better to try to distract the team and have one person go in and steal? Are we good enough that we can just go in and clear the team? So that's the thing that's just so refreshing. Just because we're going to play Battlefield next month, all of us.
Yeah.
And Battlefield's great. I love it. And I'm not saying that there's no strategy with Battlefield, but it is kind of just like pick which point you're going to go play team deathmatch.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you play team deathmatch for a little bit better than the other team at that point, and then decide the next point to then go and play team deathmatch. So it's really cool. I don't have the battle pass or anything like that. We've just been playing. I bought one of the old battle passes because you can play as I was showing Locke last night or 2 nights ago that the anime character I'm trying to unlock could be pretty cool. I could have some style, some riz in the arena, but highly recommend people check this game out just because I'm just shocked by it. I'm truly shocked by how much fun I'm having playing it. Play a team deathmatch first for a few rounds before you drop into the cash out mode, because that's the thing that made the big difference for me.
Okay.
How's the player base right now? Do you know? Is it like is it still big? I suppose it's still big, right? Because it's free to play, right?
It is free to play. As of in the last 24 hours, the peak has been 21,000 players on Steam.
That's decent. It's not too bad. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not on top of the world at all, but it's not dead by any means. And that's just Steam. There's always console players playing too. So who knows what the total count is, but they have gotten a pretty decent boost, I think, over the last few months, just because people are starting to re-look at the game. Even if they played it early on at launch, they're like, oh, this is actually way better than when I first played it.
Is it crossplay, like between consoles and PC? Okay. So okay. Do you notice it when you play like against people with the controller? Do you notice it, or?
There has been a few points on a kill cam where you're like, okay, that you definitely got that through aim assist, maybe a little bit. If I play solo queue, which I do sometimes, solo queue is like rough because it's such a team focused game. It's like playing Overwatch solo queued, where it's like, man, hopefully I'm not with some real idiots, and often you are. There's been a couple times where I've been solo queue and I'm like, oh yeah, the console player, of course he's the worst. Of course he's the one that doesn't know what he's doing. So it happens.
It happens.
That
all right,
cool.
Very cool. All right, boys, let's end the show with some write-ins from the audience. If you want to write into this show, I post a thread every Saturday calling for your submissions, so keep an eye out there. This is from Gavin Alexander. Sup, homies? Have any of you seen the trailer for the upcoming Bad Cheese? If so, what are your thoughts? Feel free to watch the trailer live on air, as it would make for some hilarious reactions. As always, keep killing it, boys. All right, let's look this up. Bad Cheese.
Oh, this team. Oh,
I heard about this.
Bad Cheese game.
I already like it.
This looks hideous immediately.
It looks awesome, no?
It looks like Mouse PI, just like way more disgusting.
Yeah.
Yes, this could be something. When does this come out? Bad Cheese. Oh, it does the Steamboat Willie thing too.
Yeah, it's a blatant ripoff, I guess. Yeah, but in a good way.
Yeah, this looks fucked up.
Looks cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny. There's like another 1920s first-person mouse black and white game.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Does it have a date? Oh, it came out. Came out September 1st.
Oh, that's not good.
301 reviews, mostly positive.
Oh.
Okay, it's $13.
I think this is on console too.
Probably.
I'll try it. I'll buy it. Looks cool.
There you go. Bad Cheese, man. Looks weird.
I like it when games do creative stuff, or hopefully creative stuff like this.
All right, Bad Cheese. We'll have to hear Lock report back in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, will be my main game for the month of October.
Dude, Bad Cheese. Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's see. This is from KB. Hey, gents. Currently, the appeal of cool-looking character design seems to carry more weight whenever a game debuts. Concord's rollout is a good example. The critique of the cast overshadowed everything else. My question is this: does physical appearance matter more than ever today, to the point that it shapes reception before we even see how the game plays? Lately, I've seen that every reveal of the neon hair septum ring archetype draws an audible groan across the internet. Thanks. Yes, visuals are a huge part, character design is a huge part of video games. If you see, like he said, those Concord characters, when we saw them, woof. No one was thrilled to be them. Yeah. But when we saw Overwatch characters for the first time, we're like, oh shit.
It's also not really a new thing, because you remember Infamous when they changed Cole into like generic
Nelson
guy.
Rowe.
Yeah, and everyone got really upset, so they changed it back. So it's not really a new thing, I would say.
Oh, dude, that's different. I remember that, Lock. Holy
but,
shit, I forgot like all about. That's crazy.
long time ago.
He had
But
like hair, right, or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
They
Yeah,
basically changed him into Nathan Drake, like with black hair this time.
yeah,
But then people complained because they really liked Cole from the first game. So that was Sucker Punch? Yeah,
yeah,
Sucker
yeah.
Punch changed it back to the original design. So I don't want to say it's a new thing that happened since Concord, because it happened like a decade ago or a decade and a half ago too. But I think the characters in Concord are a problem these days.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of games, I get it because a lot of games want to be progressive, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
because the devs are progressive, which could be a good thing. But they don't realize that the majority of their audience maybe doesn't care about that all that much, so they just want to play a good game. So if you present a game with that as your main get, like they just did for the Outer Worlds 2, which was a big mistake. If you check out the companion trailer for the Outer Worlds
I'll look
2
at it right now.
and look at the downvote ratio on that video. The trailer itself, or the game itself, probably isn't going to be bad, but because the characters in that game look like the typical companions you expect these days, it got downloaded into oblivion. It has 7.2K downvotes and 1.5K upvotes right now. It's the Outer Worlds 2 Companions trailer.
Dude, it only has 59K views.
Yeah, very,
That's
very
crazy.
bad, right?
Yeah.
For a big game that's coming out this year. So I completely agree with what he's saying, and I think that is a problem, but it's a marketing problem. It's not necessarily a game problem, I think.
Right.
Because I think if you don't put the focus on that, but you put the focus on the actual game, most of the time it doesn't really matter. Because, for instance, the Outer Worlds run is a good example. The characters there were also pretty progressive, but it didn't really matter. Like it kind of fit into the world there, and it worked. But if you make them the sole focus, it becomes a problem, because then people are going to question, well, where's the game? Why are you not showing the game? Why are these characters more important than the actual game, like they did with Concord, which was a huge problem. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at these character designs in Outer Worlds 2. They don't look great. They don't look that cool.
No, they don't
So,
look interesting.
I think there's an element too, Locke. I agree about, there's no need to dance around that there is the progressive element that would be a turnoff to some people. But I think also there's just an element of a lot of games looking the same.
Yeah.
And so in a time now, I mean, this is something we talk about on Sacred all the time, where there are so many games coming out that if it looks like a lot of other things, and maybe things that aren't particularly that good, before a game's out and people can play it and experience it, the only thing that they can really judge it by is what they see.
Yeah.
And so if they don't like what they see, as far as character designs or whatever, then it's like, maybe you can win them over with gameplay, but you're kind of starting things off on the wrong foot right off the bat.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this a lot when Concord failed, but it's like, it wasn't, the character designs definitely were part of the failure, but it wasn't the only thing either. It was just that,
Yeah.
it was that whole introduction of that game that turned like most people off.
Yeah, I think it's because we got Overwatch in 2016, which everybody loved. Everybody loved.
It was huge. It was like a
rightfully so. Rightfully so, because it's a great game to this day. Wonderful. But Concord tried to copy it, and if you copy something like that, it never ever works. That's also a problem, I think. Because in Overwatch, the characters were original and were special, and then Concord comes along, and the characters weren't original or special. They just look like, well,
it's simple. Yeah. If you make ugly characters and stuff, people don't want to play as them in a video game. It's that easy.
Yeah.
If you don't make them cool or look awesome or something like that, no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to play as this fucking Star Child bitch or something like that. Like, I don't care about that. We'll play as Tracer, though. Dash around and all that stuff. Cool design. Yeah, man. Winston play giant gorilla. Hell yeah.
I'm not playing Tracer ever again because they nerfed her butt.
That was a while ago, yeah.
That was in 2016, before the game came out, I think.
Yeah.
Even no.
I thought they nerfed it between Overwatch 1 and 2.
Oh, that's
Second
possible.
nerf?
I think it got
Maybe.
nerfed before it, but they've been gooning it up a little more now, Dustin. Did you see
Oh,
that those Persona skins, dude?
Oh yeah.
I saw some of
You
that.
did you see the Mercy one?
No, I
She's
didn't.
a Panther.
Oh, interesting.
They're gooning it up,
Now-
dude. They're learning.
Time to abandon the finals. Come back to Overwatch.
And since I know I'm going to get comments about this, listen, if I was only in it for the gooning, I'd be playing Marvel Rivals.
True.
But even no.
Even
Not
Dustin
doing
has
it.
standards.
That game, dude, Marvel Rivals, I've never played that game, but I see clips from it and I'm like, that is a fucking gooner game.
Yeah.
And that is weaponized goonery because they are charging people for it to get those skins, dude. No, they'll pay up.
It works,
they're
yeah.
smart. Yeah,
Exactly,
they're
it
smart.
works. They're catering to their audience, which is what games ultimately should do if they want to make money, of course.
Yeah.
Cater to your
Yeah,
audience.
if you want to be a Concord, then do your ugly, shitty designs. I don't know what else to tell you.
They
I'm
should
trying
have
to be-
made Concord more goonery.
They should have.
Yeah, actually, it might,
Yes, they
it might have helped.
Should have. They shouldn't
It
have
might
made
help.
it such an ugly mess. At least
Yeah.
the characters.
Yeah,
And it probably would have done better.
yeah,
Because that and like the tone of that game just turned people off immediately when they showed that game off.
Yeah.
Everyone
Fake Marvel.
It was crazy how quickly people turned on that game.
it's about to happen again with what's that game called? Fair Games, I guess.
Fair games,
What
if
the-
it comes
what the-
out, yeah, we'll
If
see.
it comes out, yeah.
Whatever that's. I mean, people were already against that game immediately as well.
But you can feel it, I think. I always wonder if these, because I always wonder if it's the marketing's fault or if it's the actual devs that are doing it. Because I always feel bad when a trailer like this, like the trailer for the Outer Worlds 2 that dropped,
Mhm.
and you can immediately tell, oh, this game is in deep, deep trouble. I wonder if those devs realize that, and if they try to correct it in some way, or if the marketing is completely out of their hands. And I always wonder what that has to be like for those people, because they work their asses off, of course, to
Yeah, of course.
make the best game possible.
Mhm.
So I always feel bad for them in that case. Same with the people working on Fair Games or Marathon or other games. So,
Look, man, you got to make your game visually appealing to people because they're going to be staring at it for a long time. Like, people don't want to look at ugly shit. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying everything needs to be fucking gooner anime game as well either.
No,
You can have
right.
visually appealing styles and
Art style.
do
It's
that.
all about
Yeah.
art style, right? Like
Yeah.
it just has to be interesting
design,
and cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
like Roadhog, dude, fucking sick. Big
Yeah.
fat guy. Looks awesome.
Yeah, and some people probably want to fuck him too.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty. Sure, there's
Roadhog
plenty.
Rule 34?
Justin.
There's probably so much Overwatch porn. It's crazy how much there is.
Maybe. I wouldn't know. I've
Yeah.
never looked at it. Right.
Maybe Justin would know.
Yep.
All right. This is from Jarrett J. Hello, Beckoned 3. I'm in an impasse with the Yakuza series. This year, I've played through Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, and Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name, which is a weird order. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? What? After I then purchased the remaster collections games with 3 and 5 and Yakuza 6 with the goal of completing the series. My dilemma, I'm 20 hours into Yakuza 3 when a Kiwami 3 remake is leaked. Should I stop and wait or just push through? I don't plan on platinum every title, but I like to experience most of the game's content before moving on. My questions are, 1. Should I stop and wait for the potential Kiwami 3? If not, how thoroughly should I play the original? 2. Which games in the series are most worth a complete and thorough playthrough? Keep up the good work. Bonus game. Oh, I'm not going to read this. Bonus game. Oh, I'll just read it. Whatever. Fuck it. Bonus game suggestion. Way of the Samurai 3 or 4. They are action-adventure roguelites with multiple branching paths and endings. I'm playing on PS3, but I normally goes on sale on Steam. I played the first one, actually, and I rented it. And I beat it in, like, very fast. I was like, what? I didn't understand that you're supposed to play it, like, fucking 10 times. Anyways, Yakuza advice. What do we say? Stop where he's at in 3 and then wait for Kiwami 3. Or just play through it.
How many? He said he was like, what, 20 hours in already?
Yes.
Yeah, just keep going, bro.
Just keep going, man. First
Don't
of
worry
all,
about it.
what are you fucking doing playing The Man Who Erased His Name and you haven't even finished 3 yet? Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's chaos right there, dude.
That is fucking chaos, Jarrett. But it is what it is. All right, yeah. Just finish 3, dude. Just play through it. And if you want to in Kiwami 3 will probably have some changes, so I'm sure it'll feel just as refreshing for you. You sound like a Yakuza freak right now, so I don't think you'll have a problem replaying 3 anyways if they remake it, which they will. And which games in the series are the most worth a complete and thorough playthrough? I remember Zero's was really good, so maybe that one. And some of the Like the Dragon ones are cool, like Infinite Wealth and stuff. I remember I had a good time with that. But you both haven't really played any of these games, right?
I've played a little bit of Zero.
Okay.
I've played a little bit of the first Kiwami. Played a little bit of the Like a Dragon.
Okay, so you've played them at least. Not for you,
Yeah.
though, it sounds like.
The most I've played is Zero.
Okay. And Lock won't touch it because it takes place in Japan. So there we
No,
go.
I think, let me check my Steam. I think I have like 10 hours in Zero when I came
Oh.
to Steam a couple of years ago, but it's not for me. Those games are not for me.
Yeah.
Not because
for
of Japan.
I know, I'm just
oh,
kidding.
no, it is because of Japan, actually.
It is
no,
because of Japan.
it is because of
sure.
Japan.
All right. But yeah, just finish 3. It's fine, dude. You have a ways to go still anyways. So when they do, you can play through the other ones, and whenever Kiwami 3 comes back, you can play that one then. You'll have some time between it.
What is the best one?
The best one? I don't know. That's kind of... For me, 0 was one of the best ones, and 6 was one of my favorites. But everyone probably has their own picks.
Sure.
All right. This is from... Our last write is from Cormac IE. Hi, folks. Brad, this is specifically for you, as I know you're playing Trails for the first time. Apologies if I get my genres mixed up, but you'll get the point. I've played a number of the new Final Fantasy games and love them, especially the combat. Any Pokemon games I've played, I love. I tried Dragon Quest III, fell off. Xenoblade Chronicles, I fell off after about 20 hours in. I can't find another JRPG to click with. Is Trails worth giving a go, or will I just fall off? Cheers. Sounds like you'll probably fall off for now. So you've played the newer Final Fantasy games and loved them. So it sounds like you like more real-time combat kind of stuff. Especially the combat. Pokemon games you've played, those are simple. I don't know. Dustin, what do you think about? Yeah.
Persona 5 Royal.
That's a great pick. It's a long-ass game, just be aware, but it is an awesome game.
Yeah.
Really good game.
And it has a little bit of a Pokemon element to it with the different personas and stuff like that. Do
you think Metaphor would be a better option?
I'm not, dude. I have the unpopular take where Metaphor, the longer I get away from it, the more I'm not hot on it. I don't want to say it's bad. It's by no means bad, but I think it is way below Persona in terms of how much I like it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you agree?
It depends on the Persona game. Like, I liked it more than Persona 3 and stuff like that. Yeah, that's right.
Fight.
I hate Tartarus, so I don't know. I think Tartarus is dog shit, even in the remake. So that's just me, though. I don't know, but yeah, I think Persona 5 Royal is an awesome pick. I just don't know if you like turn-based or not. If you've played some of the newer Final Fantasy games, those aren't really turn-based. Well, if you haven't played the 7 remake games, play those. Maybe you have played them, though, but you've played 16, 15. That's kind of it.
I don't have the question in front of me, but I mean, another obvious answer. Did he play Expedition 33?
No, that's a great pick as well. Yeah, you could try Expedition 33. Maybe you'll like that. That has a pretty strong intro, so maybe it'll keep you hooked.
Great story, great combat.
Yeah.
great characters.
If you want to
So-
stay with Dragon Quest, maybe try Dragon Quest 11, the most like
So long.
modern. It's a long ass game, but it is probably way like more modern. Maybe you're just not really into like older style JRPGs. I don't know. If you didn't like Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Quest 3 is very like simple. There's like barely a story in that game, so
I bought that the other week.
I know that was crazy. You told me you bought that. I was like, what?
Yeah, because that was because of Dying Light, the Beast. I was getting so amped up because those zombies were constantly yelling at me. I was like, okay, I have to play something that's nice, calm, and quiet. And I bought Dragon Age 3 and I played it for like 2 hours and I loved it. And then I went back the next day and I was like, oh, well, it's good,
Yeah.
I guess.
But yeah, I like Dustin's pick of Persona 5. I'd say that Metaphor are really good picks from Atlas. I think at least Metaphor has a demo you could try out, I guess. I don't think Persona has a demo, but it's probably pretty reasonably priced nowadays.
It's on sale right now.
Yeah,
just make
Persona 5 Royal.
sure you play Royal and not regular 5.
Play Royal instead of the base version if you can. Definitely. And Dragon Quest 11 is probably pretty reasonable as well if you want to check that out. I would go with those over Trails first, in my opinion, but I'm not super far into Trails. But good luck. There's a lot of great JRPGs out there. Good luck finding one that you like.
Or play a good Western game. That's also an option.
There are none.
Play Skyrim. Oh,
Ooh,
love it.
Yeah, that
Nice.
2011 game. Everyone always just goes back to Skyrim.
Yeah, because
Play
it's
that
better than every JRPG ever invented. That's why
That's
people
not true.
always go back to Skyrim. Which JRPG has won Game of the Year? Or not a single one. That's
Because Game Awards haven't existed that long.
Semantics.
If you're going by the Game Awards, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll see this. Maybe you win this year. Maybe Expedition
That's not
33.
Japanese.
Oh, true. Oh, never. No.
That's it though, everybody, for this episode. Dustin, Lockmore, thank you both for joining me. Appreciate it. Fun having you guys on the show. Before we go though, anything else you guys want to say? Anything you want to plug? Anything like that?
I need you guys to play a round of the finals with me at some point. You guys are playing Baldur's Gate 3 again. Haven't you had enough?
No.
It's
All right.
Game of the Year winner, 2023.
Game of the Year. You finally got one. It's going to be a tough loss this year for you and KCD2.
Well, Silk Song is going to win, so everybody loses. So that's okay by me.
Silk Song?
I win.
Silk Song over... we're talking purely what we think is going to win right now.
I don't
think
think
Silk
Silk
Song's
Song's
going to
gonna
beat
I
Expedition.
don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
No.
No.
I don't know. No.
Expedition 33 is way more, I mean this in the nicest way possible, normie friendly. Way more friendly.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. We'll see.
Dude, it's been interesting watching people as they've gotten deeper into Silk Song that I don't want to say the conversation is soured, but
It's a demanding
people are
game,
not
dude.
as hot on it now as they were like 2 seconds after it came out.
Well, that's the way it always is. People play a game for 3 hours, are like, this is the best fucking thing ever. But then they just fall off.
Is it still at like overwhelmingly on Steam?
I don't know.
Probably. Let's
Good
see.
question.
Silk Song is very positive.
Oh, so it went down a little. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably because of the difficulty.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, well, somebody has a video on it soon, right? So
Soon, yeah, I'm working on it. Hopefully get it up in a couple days.
Excited.
Because I did play through the entire fucking thing. Well, I got the true ending. I didn't get 100%.
Out of all the people I know who played it, you're the only one I know that finished it, which is awesome.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yep.
Oh, it's a demanding game. And it's not something you kick back and relax with. It's a very demanding game, especially for how long it is.
Will you put it in your let's say top 3 this year or not?
Top 3? I don't know. I'd have to look at everything, but it's definitely one of my favorite games of the year.
Cool.
I'd say top 5 probably.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd have to look at everything again because I forget when stuff comes out sometimes.
Sure. Yeah. Of course. Okay, but that's good. Yeah.
It's like Death Stranding is one of my favorites.
Of course.
Like Donkey Kong's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's like Silk Song could be behind that. Maybe Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come's up there too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dustin.
That I can think of.
Still gotta play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Maybe
have
if
it in
nothing else is out.
So that's never happening.
I would
There's too much
would
shit.
like to. I just need to lock in, and I can't lock in right now, Lock.
Yeah, I get
Can't
that.
lock in, Lock.
Get-
No locking in right now.
I get that.
All right, Lock, you have a video coming too. You're working on. That's
Wow.
a little bit of. It's
I've
going to be a
been
minute.
always working on
It's,
videos.
yeah.
But
It's a very.
I've been
lots
working
of
on a Borderlands video for weeks. But Brad, you've seen parts of it, so at
I
least it's
have
real.
it.
You can confirm
It's
that it's
real
real.
and it's very good from what I've seen.
Well, we'll
Very
see.
good shit. High
Hopefully
quality.
soon. Hopefully soon. And Dustin has a video this week too.
Yes.
I'm working on 2 videos
Dustin's putting
this
out
week.
something like 2 a week, so
Yeah.
he's cranking them out once or
Change
2,
your name
at least
to,
once a week. It seems like now.
Yeah. I've been able to do once a week. I'm working on 2 this week, but probably only going to get 1 out this week.
It's
There
good
you
though.
go. Keep
So-
an
One
eye
a
out
week
there.
is awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. Everybody, thanks for watching, listening. We appreciate it greatly. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. Summon Sign is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Brad Ellis. The show is produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Summon Sign, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we are grateful for your kind contribution and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.